Good evening, everybody. How are we all this evening? Welcome along to another episode of Star Trek Cuchulain. This is episode 13. So we've been playing this since March 2020 during lockdown, and I've just been adamant that we're going to finish the game. So along with me, just for this evening, we've got there's a delay. Some of the guys are setting up their stuff. Everyone has lives. So, but just so Facebook didn't kick us off, since we're going live on Facebook as well, I've kicked it off. And just joining me for the moment is Frank. So, at the top of this the episode, Frank. Well, I'm just going to do the intro.
The intro. The recap.
The recap, and then you can join in with the recap as much as you remember. And then until the others come in, we will. Until the others come in, it'll turn into an XO chat. So there's a Facebook user. Hello, Facebook user. I have no idea who you are. So who's that Facebook?
Should have to check.
You know,
check for you now, man.
Can you pull up the feed
I'll
there?
put it up on Facebook and have a look and see who's saying hi.
Who's saying hi? We have to do this all the time. Just the videos live, watch live, and then I have to turn myself off.
That is Andrew Brannigan.
On
Facebook and have a look.
Yeah, it's Brandon.
Hey, Andrew.
Brannigan.
How you doing, man?
So I have to switch windows. I've only got one screen here tonight, so I'll be doing a lot of windows switching. Right. So Brannigan from Beta Shift, welcome along. That is also Jerry Lynch. Got Beta Shift chiming in to see what's going on to this evening. Robbie's almost in. He's almost here. So previously on Star Trek Cuchulain, in the last episode 12, we were dealing with Beta Shift, and Beta Shift had finished their time hopping, and they were going. Anne was completely confused as to where she was, so we told her just to open her eyes and sit at her desk. But the guys arrived back to see the Cuchulain under fire, and they were they did their best to approach the Cuchulain, which was being fired upon by the Cardassians, and they were Brannigan tried a couple of times. On the second time, he was successful to do a what we coined a swoop and scoop. So the Cuchulain had to bank in such a way to take the hits on the dorsal section of the ship, while the Waverider, the Equinox Waverider, by the way, came in with Brannigan flying, and he had to come in and dock underneath. So they tried it once, didn't quite make it. So he tried again, and successfully they got in and they docked in with the ship. It took the Zapp maneuver. Very good, excellent stuff. Who's that saying? Andrew, yes. Oh, you've coined your own phrase now, Andrew. So he's calling it the Zapp maneuver, the swoop and scoop, or the Zapp maneuver. So Beta Shift coining a lot of phrases for themselves there, where they have when Patrick gets out with his silicone gun, he stands on the bow of the ship in his EVA. He's the Pat Cannon, and when Zapp does a swoop and scoop, it's called the Zapp maneuver. So Zapp finally managed to successfully dock back with the Cuchulain using the Equinox Waverider. And they had brought some new information back to the Cuchulain as to what is needed to be done and modifications that will be needed to be made to combat the massive maelstrom of a spatial anomaly that has developed. Developed close in orbit of Felina 2. Felina 2 is this planet which Alpha Shift had been down on, and had all sorts of adventures with crawling through caverns, falling out of Argos, knocking themselves on the head. Morgan being captured, being rescued. Robbie, who I see there sitting in the green room, Robbie attempting to blow up the deflector dish that was redistributing chronoton radiation into the atmosphere, and using a micro or a shoulder launcher, a torpedo launcher, except it went all massively wrong and increased the power multiple times of factors of integers, and probably caused more of a problem than was needed. I'll bring Robbie in now since he's sitting in the green room. So, Robbie, what can you tell us about that moment way back then, months ago or a few hours ago, when you fired that torpedo?
My job was to make it blow up, and it blew up.
So, Andy Dix. So, massive amounts of radiation were sent into the atmosphere, and that particular energy shaft went right out through the atmosphere. Zapp, on beta shift, narrowly managing to maneuver the Cuchulain out of the way of this massive energy beam, which ended up heading towards the Bajoran system and the Denorius belt. Now, in the time period that we're playing at the moment, the Bajoran wormhole has not been discovered yet. It's a couple of years before that, so not much is known about the Denorius belt. Lost Robbie. And the Federation is in a strange tentative war. There's the Admiral himself, Alan O'Shea, also known as Facebook user. So in this particular period that we're playing, the Federation is at war with the Cardassians. It's not particularly a hot war, but it is in certain areas. So when the Cuchulain arrived in orbit of Felina 2, and when Sharon came screaming back, being chased by some Cardassian patrol vessels, and then Jerry on beta shift managed to tell the Cardassians exactly what was going on down on the surface, including the fact that they were helping some Bajorans who, at this particular moment in the time stream, the Bajorans are still subjects of the Cardassian Union, the Cardassian Empire. So,
you mean Jerry telegraph state secrets Lynch?
Hey Jerry, good evening. How you doing? Jerry was on the comms to Glyn Jasad of the 7th Order or the 4th Order, I can't remember at this stage, and told them all about what was going on, and he was none too happy. Sharon tried to dock with the Cuchulain, however, she didn't manage to make it because of the Cardassians, and she veered off and hit the planet's atmosphere, ended up crash landing on the surface, but she was lucky enough to survive and be picked up by Robbie and the team, and Frank driving the Argo. She got on the Argo and managed to join the guys as they my momentum as they were driving quite viciously around some lava fields. And Frank let Sharon in to be checked for injuries, while they also had a very unconscious Morgan who'd been bitten by a Paluku or a big giant spider quite a number of episodes beforehand. Frank, as they went under, I came back swooping in the Waverider, because I'm flying the Waverider, Cuchulain's Waverider. Couldn't quite pick the guys up because I had the Cardassian that was chasing Sharon was now chasing me. So I managed to, and there was also a funnel, a tornado of what we now know were Pah'Wraith entities chasing the guys in the Argo. So the only way I could save them was to use the phasers to tunnel underneath some of the lava flow, because we discovered that there were tunnels underneath the lava field, and so a tunnel was bored underneath. Robbie drove down into the tunnel, did his best on the uneven ground to keep the Argo stable. Frank lost his grip, fell off. Morgan also got bounced out of the Argo, and as Robbie came into the tunnels underneath, he saw a wall. He did his best to do a slide, but unfortunately at the end, because you rolled a 20, the Argo went end over end and rolled over, and everybody who had cleverly put their seatbelts on ended up upside down. And so after that, they had to go and look for Frank in the rubble as the entrance to the cave collapsed. And then Robbie, Sharon...
Did we actually look for Frank, or did we just say, he's dead and walked off?
Probably.
I don't remember actually looking for Frank.
Frank went on a treasure hunt.
Frank went on his own little adventure for a few minutes. So Sharon, Antoinette, and our NPC, Xenosaur Christopher, all managed to undo their buckles, all their belts, fell out upside down, opened up Robbie's 15 palm beacons, and went through the caves, and then they managed to make their way through the caves and spotted that Morgan had been picked up by some Bajorans, started following Morgan and the Bajorans, and eventually finding Frank. So a phaser fight thus ensued until they went through a few caverns until they came to the final cavern, in which they saw the Vedic that they'd met in the town in the first couple of episodes, who was now praying in the middle of a rock. There was plinths all around him. They had no, that's brick, not rock. And on the plinths they had they had Morgan, 3 Cardassian soldiers, and 1 plinth empty. So as the guys continued to fight against the Bajorans, they realized their phasers were not penetrated, or the tornado of fire entities came down into the cavern from a hole in the ceiling. The guys realized that their phaser fire was not penetrating the fire entities, but the Bajorans had a weapon that was able to pass through and fire at them. So they attempted to modify their weapons, but before they could modify their weapons, Robbie charged ahead, dived behind some rocks, did some Kirk Fu, used his phaser rifle as a baseball bat against the Pah'Wraith, and we've got Jerry stating that geology is not your strong point there, Robbie. Especially when you come up against a brick wall. So as Robbie charged forward and then tried to push his way through the Pah'Wraith, they tried to attack him. He used his phaser rifle like a baseball bat, batted one of them out of the way, realized that the energy from his sodium calcite battery managed to disperse one entity, but that was not enough because there was hundreds of them. And Robbie, as he pushed through, Sharon tried to go around the other side, but Sharon got knocked out by the Bajoran she went up against. He then laid her on the plinth, which made that the 5 plinths were now full, and they were all used as a conduit for the Pah'Wraith to come to the center through the Vedic and out up into the atmosphere in an attempt to escape the planet. Morgan successfully managed to have a mental battle with the Pah'Wraith that was possessing him. We didn't quite manage to hold on, so he lapsed back and then managed to complete their task. Once they did, the coast was clear for me in the Waverider to descend like Airwolf would in their hidey hole in the middle of the desert into the caldera, pick the guys up. The guys brought the Cardassians with them, but left the Bajorans behind. With an injured, some of the injured parties, the Bajorans and Morgan, not Morgan, Sharon, who's unconscious in the back. Antoinette is keeping her alive, and so is Lieutenant Thora Christopher. And then Robbie jumped into the co-pilot seat up front beside me. Frank is taken on tactical. Morgan has taken the engineering station. But we won't. Unfortunately, this evening we won't be having Morgan this evening. So, Morgan will be NPC'd tonight, as well as Sharon, but she's injured and she's down in the back end. For those of you wondering which way we're organizing the Waverider, the Waverider is an amalgamation in design for us, our purposes, of a large runabout cockpit with a cross between a runabout and the Delta Flyer's aft section. So we do have a medical bay, but there's enough room in the back there for an Argo, which is how the Argo got down onto the planet. So as Beta Shift are on board fighting Cardassians in orbit with the giant maelstrom and energy spewing from the planet into the spatial anomaly, Alpha Shift, who have been out of communication with Beta Shift and the Cuchulain for the longest time, is now on the way up. Just Morgan sending a message there to us. Very sorry I couldn't make it today, folks. Have a great game, but it's understandable. Morgan has daddy duties, which is eminently more important than us rolling dice. So the Alpha Shift are on board the Cuchulain Waverider. And we're zooming towards space. And we're about to enter into the volatile atmosphere of Felina 2 to try and escape. We also have a Cardassian Hideki class patrol vessel on our ass. So just in time to help us fly the ship, Antoinette, welcome along to tonight's stream. Just in time for me to go, right, so we're all in the cockpit. I'm flying the ship at Robbie. For a MacGuffin reason, I'm going to say that a stabilizer needs repair in the aft section of the ship. So I'm going to call for Morgan to go aft and try and repair that particular stabilizer. It's the same stabilizer that's been broken since the first time we entered the atmosphere, all the way back in episode 1. So I need someone to come up here on the science communication station. Antoinette, can you come up from the back and leave Sharon's care to Lieutenant Christopher? Okay.
No problem.
So on the bridge we have we also have roll 20 open here, so I'm going to put Antoinette in there, and if you want to throw it up for a moment there, Robbie, the cockpit should be where you're all active. Yes. Oh, hang on, I'll put players into the cockpit. There we go. All right, you should be able to see that in roll 20 now. There we go, and adding Robbie's page. There we go. So this is a wonderful image that we found online, and you can go to you can find this person on DeviantArt at Ray 9012. All right, Ray Falk. If you want to go and find some fantastic Nova class CG renders and some interiors and stuff like that. Ray has made some stuff, so we've taken them and I've inputted them into roll 20 so the guys can see where they are in the cockpits. So that's how things are laid out. Right, so guys, we're flying the ship and we're about to enter the atmosphere, and there's a Cardassian on our tails.
Yeah. I just knew it. I knew, like, when I knew we said, like, right, we're starting to fly out of the planet and make our way to the Cuchulain. I knew that Jono was writing the story, and in my head I had that scene from Aliens just after they leave the planet. That nice, quiet music as the ship goes to, Hicks and, Ripley are making their way, thinking, oh, we're grand, everything's nice and cool. No, we've got some alien bitch about to kick our asses again.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Oh, Frank.
So one of our regulars who watches us on YouTube, PJ. Thanks for joining us, PJ. Good to see you joining us live. So enjoyed the recap there, and so stick around and see how the guys get on. All right. So and I am not in my usual office this evening, hence I'm using the virtual background. So it looks like I'm in and out of phase. So. Which is very apt because one of my sci-fi MacGuffin inventions that seems to have caused all the problems that we have at the moment, if everybody remembers the old interphasic generator. Okay, so guys, there's a Cardassian on your butt. What do you want to do? So we're streaming towards the atmosphere.
Some evasive maneuvers might be called for here, I think, yeah?
Yeah, evasive maneuvers.
Who's in the pilot seat?
Anything? Well, it's me and Robbie. So since I'm the games master, I'll be assisting Robbie as the for whatever maneuvers he wants to do. Hey, look at that! That's pretty cool. Nice one, Robbie. Your chair actually matches that too. That's pretty good.
I try.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You got to send me that one. Okay. Yeah, send me that one, will you? I'm going to load that in while you guys are figuring out what you're going to do.
Well, since I'm going to try targeting the Cardassian while you guys try and evade.
Okay, sounds good, Frank. Yep, excellent choice, Frank. So you're gonna spend a moment aiming, and fantastic. Yep. Okay. Images. Let's go. So Antoinette, what are you gonna do?
Trying to decide what would be the best thing to do from the science station.
So you're heading towards volatile. So you're heading towards a pretty volatile atmosphere. Now, the last time we went through the atmosphere, it wasn't as turbulent as it is right now. So it's a hell of a lot more turbulent than it was.
Just keep saying to yourself, Antoinette, I'm going to science the shit out of this. I'm going to science the shit out of this.
I'm going to sit more forward. How am I going to get more light on myself? Yes. So, okay. So, Antoinette, so the atmosphere is a hell of a lot more volatile than when we entered, and we had a very functional Cuchulain Waverider. But now I've been fired upon a few times. I've been straining the engines, staying away from the Cardassian that's on our tails. Morgan's already repairing one of the stabilizers in the back. So from my station, I'm looking at you going, I don't know if we're going to get through this particular. I don't know how we're going to get through this because that guy is so close to us. I'm trying to keep the ship as stable as possible. But it's. If you imagine a shuttlecraft in the show where we'd all be doing this, trying to fly it, which I always thought was a bit was how do you fly a non-tactile vessel like that? Like, have you ever tried to, when you're driving, you trying to change the radio station on your touch screen in the car, and your fingers doing this, and you're like
trying to text when it's bouncing as well, which is even more fun.
Be texting and driving. Anyway, when your finger goes like that and you're like, oh, fuck, no, not the CD, oh, not this. Who's that? Somebody's posted a big long text there. I don't know who that was. On the stream, what's that? Somebody. Oh, Liam Dillon's posting a big long thing. We read that later, Liam. Yes. So okay. So I'm actually trying to get the image Robbie sent me because it's pretty cool. So let me see. How do I add more? Oh, I add more. Yes.
There's Alan tagging half the world on the stream.
He's doing that again, is he?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
He's even tagged me. That was nice.
Robbie,
that was nice of him.
Yeah, just so you know, Robbie, just so you're aware, just make sure that you're are you on the stream tonight? I don't know. Are you there?
I'm not sure now.
Could be. You never know. It could be Mirror Robbie.
It is Mirror Robbie because
it could be odd Mirror guys. Once you see a beard, you have to really just be careful.
No, it's Mirror Robbie when you know he's clean shaven and has hair.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. That is Mirror Robbie. Okay, so I'm I don't know if you can still hear me. You should be able to still hear me, but my thing is it loading?
It is loaded.
Oh, it's loaded. Okay, it's not loaded on my screen. Well, that's cool. All right, so
we appear to have lost an Antoinette as well for some reason, and a John.
No,
there's John.
I'm still here. I'm still here. But am I broadcasting an image there? I don't know.
You are, yes. Yeah. You're pretty much sitting on Robbie's lap there. I just can't see him right now. You know.
Wonderful stuff. Okay, so that's Alan going just for you, buddy. Right. So Frank, so you're targeting the Cardassian. Excellent stuff. And Robbie, what are you trying to do, Robbie? Is there anything specific that you want to do, or are you just going to concentrate?
Shunt power to the inertial dampeners.
Okay, you're going to reroute power to the inertial dampeners to help with stabilize. Okay, that's great. Right, so Frank, you're going to try and fire. Now, here's another issue at the moment. I should have brought this up before as well, but the Waverider doesn't have aft-facing anything except engines. So if you want to fire at the Cardassians, you might have to make some special maneuvers to make it to aim the ship at the Cardassians. So have you any ideas of what you might want to do that way?
Yeah, well, as I said there, whoever's in the policy could do some evasive maneuvers. Perhaps they can spin 180 degrees and be facing the Cardassian ship, so I can fire.
Sorry.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Robbie, you want to try and attempt that?
Sure, dealy. Let's do it.
Okay, and Antoinette, do you want to?
What are you thinking, John? Control and con?
Yes.
Uy.
So let me get up my reference sheets here. So
what's meow difficulty, meow flower?
Helmsman navigation there. So maneuvering with where's the let me see here. Chart a hazard. No, that's charting a hazard. Let me see. Carry attempts to test current will increase difficulty. Evasive action, yes. It's control and con, assisted by the ships with a difficulty. It's control and con with a difficulty usually of 1. However, because of the problems that you're having, hang on. Are you doing the maneuver, or are you trying to adjust more power to the inertial dampeners?
Nah, screw the dampeners.
Okay, so the difficulty is going to do this maneuver is going to be a difficulty of 2. And that particular person there is Tara. She's calling out her other half there. Hey, handsome.
What have we got? What you call it? Momentum wise, John.
What do you have momentum wise? I actually don't remember. It's a brand new start, Robbie. So I get 2. You have 0. So.
Yay! Cool. And you say assisted by the Waveriders.
And I have.
Can you resend me the Waveriders?
Structure and con. It is. We're using runabout stats.
Okay.
Runabout stats are on page 235.
Does the Waverider not have a little bit more punching power than
what we say with the Waverider is it's got 2 phaser banks as opposed to a runabout has 2 phaser banks as well, I suppose. But the power, the scale, the shields, and the resistance are all pretty much the same. So I think months and months and months ago, I did send out a Waverider sheet, Robbie, but I don't seem to have it. So if you guys, Antoinette, did you print it off?
Have a look. Oh, what's this?
Guys, I shall be back in a moment. I have to refresh my StreamYard page. I'll be back in a sec.
He broke his stream, folks. Don't worry about it. Right, now is how I can figure it out.
But with my new acquisition, maybe we could call in a few eagles. This came recently, and the Space 99 stun gun. And man,
there we go.
Absolutely chuffed them. John, I was just saying maybe I could call in a few eagles to help out.
Yeah. So, but won't they have to be the rocket eagles or something? They're the different ones, the ones that have. Aren't they the ones that with weapons in Space 1999? Weren't they a little bit different?
Well, no, there was various different eagles, all right, different designations. Not all of them were laser equipped, but the majority of them were. Ideally you'd want the Hawks, but
The good news is we've got 3 successes from the evasive maneuvers.
Okay, 3 successes from the evasive maneuvers, which means that you only needed 2. So, Robbie, you gain a momentum.
I definitely was prepared for this evening's stream.
We all were. Right. So well done. That's a momentum. So you managed to come about. You come about to bear with the weapons. Frank, you get to fire the weapons. So you are. So I have my little Starship combat rules cheat sheet here. So now Starship assists. So resistance is the resistance of a starship takes the ship's static resistance score from the damage dice score. Characters must score at least 1 success to use, right? And you add resistance and the shields. The shields obviously go down first before the hull, right? So resistance is kind of like how much hull damage they can take, and then there's also shield damage. Now, weapons difficulty to hit. So the player rolls control and security.
Control and security.
Yeah, and the difficulty is 2.
12.
Okay, and the difficulty is 2.
Control
Assisted by the ship's
12.
weapons, isn't it, John?
And the ship is weapons and security.
Cool. I'll roll the old runabout's weapons and security.
Okay, so that means So Frank, you can roll your usual 2 dice to get a difficulty of 2. To see if you get 2 successes. So in actual fact, you're rolling You're rolling 3 dice to try and get 2 successes. So rolling 2 dice. You can spend the momentum to get your extra dice, or you can give me a threat, or you can just go with what you have.
Yeah, no, I'll spend the momentum, take the 3 dice.
Cool.
Okay,
So you roll 3,
Frank has
Frank.
got 3 dice.
And I'm looking to roll under 12, isn't that right?
I don't know. What's your security in?
Yes, command and security is 12. 10 and 2.
Control and security. Control and security.
Control and security, yeah. So
Control and
that's 12.
Mhm.
Okay.
All right. So as with so Frank rolls 3 dice, gets 1 success. So definitely need the ship to roll here, Robbie. 0
No
successes
success from the ship.
No successes for you. So Frank, you miss.
God damn.
Excellent first attempt to roll there. Right. So Antoinette, you can roll. You can use the sensors to see if you can chart a path back to space.
Yeah.
So it'll be. So you will. Let me see. Where's this? So your internal systems, damage control, no. Ready, override, power management. So no.
What are you trying to do? Chart a hazard.
Sensor sweep, reason and science.
Yeah, she's trying to chart a hazard, Robbie, isn't it? Yeah, chart a hazard.
Yeah, it's a reason and con.
Chart a hazard is reason for on the ship's sensors and con. Yep.
Yeah, difficulty of 3, Antoinette.
And because I'm using a computer and I have computer expertise, I get an additional dice as well.
Look at you.
Yeah. Sorry, so reason 11 and con. A whole 12.
So that means you get 3 dice.
Yep.
And assisted by the ship with 1 dice if you get at least 1 success.
Yes. Robbie, you're going to be the ship again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
How are we getting on? So, 1 success and a 20 from Antoinette.
And the ship rolls a complication as well.
It's so complicated. Well, shitball. That didn't go very well for the sensors. So, Antoinette, the sensor, you see nothing. So the sensors suddenly, Antoinette, as you're trying to push a very damaged ship that I've also been trying to keep together with some duct tape and silicone gun, the sensor controls that you're at go all to static. The console that you're using just gives up the ghost, and you can see nothing ahead of you. Robbie, you see myself and yourself up the front. We see our screens go dark for the moment. So there are all we have is VFR for the moment, visual flight reference. And Frank, the sensors on the tactical systems have also gone on the fritz. So the ship is still flying. The engines are still good, but myself and Robbie are flying by visual. We've no computer assist for the next round. Okay, that's 2 20s in a row. Okay, so it's the next round. So the Cardassians get to go. All right, so pull out my Cardassian ships here. All right, so the Cardassians get to go, and. Yep, okay. And he gets that, and it is. So So the Cardassian tunes up to fire, and he fires. Excuse me. Okay. Oh yes. And he attempts to shoot through the same haze. Actually, no, I'm going to spend that. And I'm going to roll these 3. And he gets. Oh, whoops! He misses. So the Cardassians miss as well. And as you manage to turn around, you get on his aft section. You fire off. You miss. As you fly by him, he takes the time to. He tries to target you and fire at you. He also misses due to the volatile atmosphere. And as he does so, he glances off some sort of gravitational eddy and takes a minor hit to his port side. And he drops for a moment, but then comes straight back. Okay, so it's back to you guys. We're back in the cockpit, and the Cardassians still on their tail. No one's really won or lost anything in the last battle. Was pretty last shootout, so it's pretty good. It's all pretty level at the moment. So, what's the next?
We're pointing towards the Cuchulain at this stage, aren't we?
You're pointing back towards space, yeah.
Awesome.
That's Andrew Brannigan going. My rolling is always a red alert moment.
I'm gonna just burn for space. I'm gonna spend a power to go to full impulse and move us to long range away from the Cardassian Hideki class. Okay,
so you're going to try and extend the ship's flight range. All right.
So my action or my task is called impulse. Sure. Flight controller uses the ship's impulse engines to adjust position and move to anywhere within long range. Power requirement of 1.
Okay.
So I'm burning a ship's power.
So I'm going to say that the ship is already only on power 2. Since
well, while he's doing that, maybe we can ask Eddie to release his grip on us.
What?
Gravitational Eddie. Never mind.
Shameful, Frank. Shameful.
Boom,
boom.
Not the place for dad jokes.
Yeah. I was just going to say, Frank.
It's tradition. You have to just keep it going, you know.
Okay. All right. So we're now going to follow Gravity. Gravity's nickname now is Eddie. Eddie, are you okay? Are you okay, Eddie? Yes, I know it's Annie. Right. So yes, Robbie. Okay. So you're going to spend a power. So the Danube class. So it has a power of 4 to begin with. I'm going to say that I've spent at least 1. So you've got 3 left. You're spending 1, so the ship is down to 2 power, okay?
Cool. Just so you're aware, Frank, that puts us outside of optimal range of weapons, but if we can get under the Cuchulain shields quicker.
Okay, burn that fuel.
So, okay. So, Someone's eye rolling at you. Who's rolling eyes at you?
That's Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah, Brannigan's rolling eyes at you. Okay, so Robbie's kicking it into burn. With me beside him, going, "You got it. Let's go." All right. So Robbie, roll for kicking her in the burn. Antoinette, you if you stay at your station, there's nothing really going on, so you'll have to use a minor action to change station. Excuse me. And between yourself and Frank, it'd probably be a good idea to repair the sensors or see if you can reroute something.
I can do that.
Everybody's blind at the moment. We're literally just flying at an atmosphere, but we don't know if there's any more gravitation eddies or gas pockets or anything that we're coming towards that could be dangerous. So we're flying VFR right now.
Well, I'll use my minor action to move to the station and check for the sensors. Fix the sensors.
Seeing as it's a difficulty 0 task and I just rolled 2d20 and got 2 successes, I'll take the 2 momentum, John.
Right. I was just kind of wondering, what was the last? Oh, that was when you rolled for the ship. So
yeah.
It's like, there's a roll 20. Oh, no, you're okay. We've just said what that was.
That was the Waverider. That wasn't me. That was the Waverider.
So, Robbie, you extend the range. We've now hit the atmosphere full blast. Okay, so everybody roll.
Bear in mind we're burning back out into space now, as opposed to.
Yep. So you're heading, but you're still hitting like the cloud layer. So everybody roll their fitness and security. Difficulty 1 to stay in your seat.
Fitness and security.
2 more momentum.
2 more momentum, and
no, 1. Sorry, because it's difficulty 1 task.
Getting ahead of yourself. All right, so okay, Antoinette, a success there. So Antoinette, you've managed to move across the bridge and go to another seat. So that's fine.
Frank has 2 successes.
Frank rolled a natural 1, so Frank gets a bank some momentum as well. Well done, Frank. Frank's so good at his seat, he doesn't even feel that there wasn't even a thing. He was braced for impact already. Who
mentioned seatbelts? We don't need those.
What's a seatbelt? Who needs a seatbelt, right? So Robbie's successfully managed to push increase the range between the Cardassians. They get a jolt on their engines, so they drop back away from us. Now we're outside range again. So now it is Frank and it's the Cardassians get to go now. All right, and I shall spend some threat. And the Cardassian misses again. Great work by the Cardassians here. Luckily enough, they only have 1 disruptor. Right, so it's back to you guys. Frank and Antoinette, you guys are trying to fix the ship. Okay. Yeah. So system repairs.
Just trying to see if anything useful on the. Yeah. So I'll try and repair the sensors.
Yeah. So damage control is presence in engineering.
And I should be trying to repair the targeting scanners, I would think.
Yep. Okay, so it's presence and engineering for both of you.
Presence and engineering. Okay, let me see.
Yep.
And I'm using my computer expertise again, so I got the extra die.
You haven't been able to use it for so long.
I'm going to use it every single time. 3 successes.
Well done, Antoinette. Antoinette, you managed to get the sensors back online. Frank, you make your roll there.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the momentum if I have it there and roll 3.
Yeah. Okay, so Antoinette, you managed to get you get 2 momentum. All right, Frank has spent 1 on you. Frank gets a 1, a 20, and a 9. So Frank has rolled a natural, 2 successes plus his actual success. So that's 3 successes for Frank.
And a complication.
So Frank banks 2 momentum. So you're at your maximum momentum. Excellent stuff, guys. but he also banks a complication. So, Frank, immediately roll your fitness and security.
I've just done that. You want me to do it again?
Do it again. Yeah, do it again.
Dibba-dibba-doo. Let's see. That's not security. Okay.
I have to say, Robbie, it does actually look like you're flying the ship. It's great. Great, Frank. Okay, what do we get? One success. All right, Frank. So, Frank, luckily enough, since you ran so much power rerouting different EPS power relays through your console, because you roll a 20, explodes, and you successfully managed to dive roll out of the way, away from your console. Your console now has a fire, but you're okay. You haven't broken anything. You haven't hit your head or anything like that. So it's all good. So Antoinette, you've successfully managed to get the sensors back online. Congratulations. You've got heaps of momentum there. And Robbie, what are you doing for this particular round?
Oh, well, we have sensors back, so I am going to try and plot a course to the Cuchulain.
Okay, you're going to try and see
Reasoning
through...
con.
Yep.
Reasoning con with a difficulty of 3, assisted by the computers in con. Reason and con is reason and... oh, this is not going to be good. I am not the best helmsman, apparently. I'm going to spend 3 momentum for an extra 2 dice.
Yeah. 3 momentum.
Yep.
You copy that.
And I would like somebody to roll 1d20 for the ship, which is computers and con. And I actually have the Waverider's specific stats up here. Computers is 8 and con is 2, which is 10.
10. All right.
10 for the ship, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so...
I don't think I can plot a course.
Oh, there's the ship.
That's 1 success, and 0 successes from Antoinette. So, Robbie, even though Antoinette has still managed to, has managed to repair the sensors, me and you seem, our console doesn't seem to be working properly, and we're still flying VFR. So we seem to be veering off to the side somewhere. So we're not quite making it back out to space, even though we've got an advanced lead on the Cardassians. We've got Jerry Lynch piping in, and Jerry's going, "Make ship go, Robbie."
Big button, push button, go ship.
Only have one button to push. Button over here, button here, and button here. Okay. Good attempt. Successful there from Antoinette. Partial success from Frank, just from keeping himself from getting burnt. And myself and Robbie are up the front, desperately trying to steer the ship, but not having very much success. Cardassians go now this time. All right. So let's see what we get going on. Cardassians coming up your bum. And this time around, they hit this time. So you feel a jolt from the back as the ship at the back gets hit, and yeah, okay, and oh yes, where's my, yes, here we are, and I get to roll 4, and oh yes, let's do that. Oh yes. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna roll that. Oh damn, that's 4, 5.
So we have a resistance of
7. And let's see.
Roll a d20 as well, John.
7, 8, 9, 10. Roll the D20.
Yep.
Okay, why?
What number? This
13.
determines what
I'm
gets
using
hit.
Oh, right, okay.
Structure.
Structural integrity gets hit for 10 points of damage.
Okay, so the shields take 4 of that, and we now have no shields. And we roll 2d6 for our resistance die. And that is
6, 0.
6 and a 5. So our resistance. Sorry. It's been a while since we've done Starship combat.
So the defense is remove the ship's base resistance from this number. So the base resistance of the Waverider is what?
2.
2. Right. So remove 2. And then
takes it to 6.
all right, damage resistance. So the shields are 4.
Oh yeah, but if the target has any resistance dice, which we have 2 resistance dice, you roll those. That's weird. No, rolled resistance dice are in addition to your static resistance, and this is the 2 we have is static resistance. So
Yes, right.
consider it a blade of armor on the whole, basically. Yeah. Ignore those 2d6.
So so that brings so you're so there was 10 points of damage. You reduce it to 6.
4 shields and 2 resistance.
Ah, yes. So 4 shields, 2 resistance. That reduces it down to 4. Okay. And so you're okay. So you don't suffer a breach, but the shields are offline. Okay.
Yep.
Shields are now offline with 1 hit from the Cardassian disruptors. And we don't have to go down the sheet because you have managed to avoid a breach. So grand. Okay, so moving on. So things are steadily getting
Worse.
Worse. So who's that saying that? Andrew Brannigan's chiming in. And he's going, Helm, need bigger helmet. So me and Robbie are up the front. So this is not going to go well if we don't get out of this. Right. So the ship has shields. So you hear alarm klaxons going off all around us. We're already at red alert, but the computer announces in Miguel Roddenberry's voice, shields at 0%. Shields are offline. Okay.
Ah, bugger. If the ship's shields are reduced to 0 by that attacker, the hazard that suffers a breach. Roll an old d20 there, John.
Yeah, see where it goes. Okay. 11.
Into the structure.
Again. So you have 1 structural breach. Okay. Now 1 breach means unusable for 1 turn. So you can't use the ship's structure if you need to use that for a turn. So let's assume that the stabilizer has been fixed by Morgan in the back. So I will allow you to have Morgan as an NPC to help with repairs. So you can call Morgan from the back and ask him to fix stuff to help you guys along. Okay. All right. So that's the Cardassians go. So now it's your go again, Antoinette. You successfully fixed the shields, or not the shields, the sensors. So what do you guys want to do for this turn?
I should probably try and fix the shields. Is that possible from the inside?
Yeah, you can try and fix the shields. Yeah.
I shall try and fix the shields.
I'll probably try and put the fire out in tactical if that's still burning.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Okay, so you grab you try and activate the fire suppression system, Frank. Okay, so daring. So let's see, control and engineering, assisted by the ship's engineering because you can't use the structure. So the difficulty is 1. Antoinette?
Oh.
And I'm obviously using computer expertise again.
Oh, sorry. And it says, now hang on a second. It says +1 difficulty if shields are at 0. Success means the ship regains 2 shields +2 per momentum you may spend. Okay. So
0 successes anyway.
so 0 successes. Right. So you that didn't work very well there, Antoinette. Frank,
Maybe we can
roll.
get more as well.
So maybe you could call down to Morgan to see if he has any better success. Frank, you can either attempt to repair the shields as well instead of putting out the fire, or you can put out the fire. What do you want to? And you guys can help him decide as well.
We need those shields back online, guys.
Yeah, I reckon that would be the safest bet, alright. So, yeah, I'll go help with the shields.
Control and engineering, difficulty of 2.
Control and engineering.
We have three momentum to spend, guys.
Yeah. I'll spend a momentum, so that gives me 3 dice.
Yep.
Let's see.
So you're spending a momentum?
Yep. 3 successes.
Nice.
3 successes. Nice one, Frank. Bank that momentum back again. Frank gets the shields back online. So, Robbie, the shields are back to 2. Shields are back at... so the computer chimes in, and she calls out shields at 50%. So you've rejuvenated the shields to 50%. You can spend momentum. You have 4 momentum. You can spend 2 more momentum to get your shields back up to full if you wish.
Do it.
Right. Everyone happy with that?
Yep.
So you have 2 momentum left. So shields are back up. Shields at 100%. Well done, Frank. That's a great roll. All right. So well done, Frank. Shields are back online. Antoinette, you've gone. So Robbie, we're still flying VFR. What are you doing?
Burn it.
My universal communicator isn't working.
He was hearing me make noises. He couldn't understand.
Yeah, I said my universal communicator has stopped working.
Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap our little video screens around so that that's where we are in the ship. There we go.
Let's do it all.
Yeah,
let's do control and con. I need somebody to roll for the ship structure and con, please, which is
only for con.
Oh, well, that's no point.
You can only roll for con. You can't roll for structure.
Well, that's the thing. So looking at the it's an impact on the structure, which is the first breach. Whenever structure suffers 1 or more breaches, the entire ship shudders, power conduits rupture, console explodes, personnel are hurled around. Roll 1d6. If an effect is rolled in the random, it doesn't say we can't use it again for the rest of the turn. That's the thing.
It does here on the little cheat sheet that I made up.
Okay.
So if you score 1 breach, it is unusable for 1 turn. Okay. Cool. So you can only use the con score. Can't use the structure score.
Cool. Somebody roll a d20 with a score of 2.
Hang on. Right. So sorry, I'm just reading down through my own notes, which I was skipping over. Single breach effects, and it's specifically for structure. Robbie, you're right. Roll a d6. On an effect, a crew member is injured. Okay.
Yep.
So guys, I'm rolling d6. You're fine.
Again.
Right.
Cool.
So you can use structure. All right. So you can use structure. That's the damage.
So somebody roll a d20. Target a 9, please.
Frank, would you like to do that because I'm not rolling great today?
What am I rolling, so?
Roll a d20 with a target of 9.
Target of 9. Okay.
Control and con.
Control and con?
It's for me, sorry.
Okay.
Another member of Beta Shift chiming in there. Evening, lads. What you doing? Has anyone died yet? Thanks, Anne.
Not yet. Thanks, Anne. Roll on, Frank.
Okay.
One success.
Cool. So that's 2 successes on a evasive action, which is going to burn a power.
Okay.
And it's a difficulty 1 task, unless you want to increase that difficulty, John.
Nope, you're good. So what are you trying to do?
We're just taking evasive action because it means the difficulty of all attacks against us is increased by 1 until the end of until my next task.
Okay,
But
so
it burns
my
a
go.
power. So
My go. So
dodging and weaving through the high atmospheric clouds.
Great, excellent stuff. I love it. And so we are at we're extended range. Okay.
Long range and taking evasive action.
Taking
so
evasive
difficulty
action. So that 4. No, it's a difficulty of 4 for me.
Yeah, increased by 2. I'm making this as hard as I can for him, guys.
Yeah, no, it's a base difficulty of 2, and then a range increase is a +1, and then your evasive maneuvers is an increase of 1, so that's a difficulty of 4. So good flying there, Robbie. And the Cardassians are doing pretty shit tonight. So well done, Robbie. You've managed to weave the ship out of the way. So as we're flying the ship, disruptor blasts are coming from the main nose cannon of the Hideki class ship and going left and right of us as you're swooping, using the ailerons of the ship to great atmospheric effect. Because even though the Cardassian ship can enter, because the Cardassian can fly in the atmosphere, it doesn't mean they're that as maneuverable. And that's the great thing about the Waverider. Is it's more maneuverable. We've got some more messages coming in from Anne, and she goes, "Don't give John any threat." Too late, Anne. Too late.
Good advice.
All right,
Well,
don't help John.
Yet.
No, I have been spending it though. Okay, so very good. Now, Antoinette. Antoinette, roll your, let me see here, insight and your reason and science, please.
Reason and science.
Yeah, reason and science.
What am I doing? Am I doing something to the computer?
No.
I have to ask. 1 success.
1 success. So Antoinette, you notice some strange readings after coming back on the sensors as you've reloaded them, which warrants further investigation. All right. Right. So is that everyone? That's everyone done for your round,
Can we get
right?
Morgan to help with the shields before we go on to the next
Shields are
round?
back online 100%. Frank
What
got the
about
shields
the
up to
line?
100%.
You can
Yeah,
spend a
so like-
momentum, Antoinette, if you want. You can spend a momentum to use the obtain information trait.
Yeah.
Can we do that maybe to put out the fire at tactical? We may well need tactical again.
No, you've already. So you repaired the shield. Say that again, Frank.
About spending the momentum, I was wondering, can we do that to put out the fire at tactical? I assume that we're going to be needing tactical again pretty soon.
Just use another console.
Well, exactly. There's a spare console, Frank. You know.
I'm moving over there.
Yeah, you're moving over there. So, so Robbie, if you go back to the screen on roll 20, so we can see how things are laid out on the bridge for those of us watching. What does it say? Somebody's too busy shooting at Beta Shift to hit you guys. And if in doubt, give Beta a shout.
Who was that?
That was that's
Jerry.
Jerry, and then Anne says, "Get Jerry away from the columns, will you?" Okay, so just to recap what's going on, you can see on the roll 20 screen there, myself and Robbie are down the front. Frank, Frank's console exploded, so Frank ended up on the floor. Antoinette's console went all footsie and fritzy, so she jumped over. So Antoinette, where did you go? Did you go across the deck, or did you go to the seat beside you?
I went to the seat beside me.
Seat beside you. So you literally just shifted over like it's a bench seat, and you shifted over into the other one. So Frank, this one's on the fritz. So Frank, it takes you. You shift over as well. You've still got a fire glowing on your.
I was just going to say it's pretty damn hot where I'm sitting right now. You know.
Yeah, it is. It is pretty hot where Frank's sitting right now. And Frank, Robbie, and myself are down in the front pit. But it's pretty hot on my back as well. I can feel the heat growing on the back of me there, Frank. So we'll have to deal with that fire somehow. Okay,
that's what I keep saying.
Right. So where are we now? So Frank is gone. He's prepared the shields. Antoinette notices something, and Robbie's weaved his way out of the way.
And Antoinette is spending a momentum to use the obtained information skill.
Which we have done. So Antoinette, you're spending the momentum on your screen. You notice that with all the chronoton energy around, you guys don't seem to be making any headway or any progress through the clouds. You've not gotten any closer to space, even though the Cardassians are further away and Robbie's engaged the engine. You notice that you're not making it as far out as you would hope to be, especially at the speed where we're going. Okay. You notice that, and you also notice that there's a strange reading on the screen in regards to the different types of energies that are passing through the clouds. Okay. All right. So back to the Cardassians. Okay. And they're going to take a shot. See how we get on here. And they do very well. So the Cardassians managed to tag you again.
Bear in mind the difficulty is still 4.
Yeah, they've managed to do that. And so that is 5, 6, 7. 7 hits.
Ooh.
So 7 hits on that one.
That's the shields down again.
So 7 hit plus 1 hit. So resistance of 2, which is down to 5. 5 down to 4. So that's 1 damage.
We take 1 damage.
1 damage.
But roll an D6, John.
Rolling D6. Oh dear. So
is that an effect?
It is an effect, yes. What's the effect, Robbie?
Oh, somebody's injured. You know this. I know this.
Oh, yeah,
however,
sorry.
the individual can use their avoid an injury in a normal way. So
that's fitness and security.
Spend determination or hang on. Let me flick through my book of magic.
Yeah, I think it'd be fitness and security too if you need to roll out of the way of an exploding console. So since there are 3 of you, we'll call. So hang on. How many of you? There's 1, 2, 3 on the screen. Okay. So, and we will. We'll also go down the aft section, of which there is Flora, Christopher, Morgan, and Sharon. And
I was going to say it does include important NPCs can be injured as well.
Yeah. So you guys are 1, 2, and 3. So Frank is 1, Robbie is 2, Antoinette, you are 3, and 4, 5, or 6. It's the guys down the back. 3, Antoinette, you get hit with a minor explosion.
Lovely.
All right. So until Robbie checks it out, I'm going to use just to move things along. I'm going to use the Games Master's prerogative and say to avoid a conduit rupture nearby. you have to do fitness and security to dodge out of the way.
Mm.
Alan Whelan has chimed in. He says, "Is there anything to be said for using the Pat cannon?" Pat's not on board this ship, unfortunately. Al. I presume this is Jerry arguing with Anne, and it is. Anne says, Jerry says, "Shut that door, Anne." And Anne goes, "Jesus, Frank, what's with you and fire?" I do believe this happened on the bridge at one stage. And Jerry says, "Call 999." Okay, so roll your fitness.
No successes. I rolled 0 successes.
Oh, okay. So you
Right.
are.
You can either avoid an injury.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You can either avoid an injury using your point of determination, or you can
That's
take the injury and
yeah.
Frank can give you first aid.
So first aid is going to take
Daring and medicine with a difficulty.
daring and medicine. And Frank will have to take a moment, take a round to help you with that.
I'll use my determination. We've enough going on at the moment. So Frank doesn't need to be giving me first aid. So the determination.
Frank is using fire the spores.
Wrong shift, Al. Wrong shift.
Okay, so you spend your determination for the scene, Antoinette, to avoid your injury. So above your head, Antoinette, as you shift over and you manage to type in onto the console to reroute power to the sensors, you overload a relay above your head. So sparks fly and gas, CO2 starts flushing out of the console above your head, and you go sideways. You manage to avoid any burns or major injuries to yourself. It's now just an annoyance of that usual CO2 spray that you get on the show. So you can still see your screens. You can still access your stuff. You're not injured. Frank on the other side is cooking up some s'mores, and he's he feels that his right arm is not tanned enough, and the back of my neck needs a bit of tanning as well. So but the Cardassians have knocked you guys down, so shields are offline yet again as we come into your round. Now, we're taking in mind, Antoinette, that you're okay, but you have noticed there's some strange readings going on. You're seeing other things besides tachyons, or besides chronotons in the cloud layer. Frank, you're dealing with trying to get your console up. You've got shields going, but you need to. But you've still got the fire. Robbie and myself are up the front trying to keep her stable. So it's your guys' round. So another Facebook user, you guys will need to let StreamYard know who you are, because I keep having to change windows here. And says, take the injury. Have you seen Frank with a door? Never mind the hypo spray. Alan, Frank's called in some Space 1999 Eagles to come in. So
the Eagles are coming. The Eagles are coming.
The 1968 version. Does anybody remember the 1968 radio version where the Eagles all spoke really strange? It was weird.
You mean like they were Irish?
Oh God, they spoke with these high pitched. It was really horrible. But it was Ian Holm as Frodo, which is pretty cool. Right. So, what are you guys doing this round?
I am going to assist the engineer in repairing the shield.
Okay.
I'm going to put out that damn fire.
Frank's going to put out the fire. Okay, Frank, roll damage control. So, presence and engineering, Frank.
Presence and engineering.
It's only a console fire, so it's a difficulty of 1.
Okay, let's see.
I like how you say only, and this is Frank. This is the same man who rolled a critical success and a complication on the same roll.
That's true. That's true. And says put out the fire.
Working on it. Oh, God damn it.
No successes there for Frank.
No successes. Still
So,
hot here.
Frank runs over to the equipment bay, pulls down the lid of the thing, and over the comm he hears somebody else say, "Fire the Pat cannon into the clouds at the Cardies." Okay, Pat is not on board. So Frank, as you run over to the equipment bay, you pull it open and you find there's no fire extinguisher. It seems that I turn around from the front of the ship and I just go, "Oh, sorry, yeah, I used that one already."
I thought you were going to say we're not getting them until Tuesday.
Yeah, they don't come till Tuesday. No, I look behind and I just go, "Oh, yeah, sorry, you'll have to get one from another compartment because I have to use that one."
Yeah, I'm gonna call Morgan and I'm gonna continue flying, obviously, and then just call Morgan and tell him to fix the damn shields.
Okay,
We need it.
Okay, Morgan. Waverider to Morgan. Have you put the child to bed yet? The team need you. Somebody saying, just grab an extinguisher, Frank. FPS, first person shooter.
Jerry?
But Jerry, he tried, but sorry, I used it. The ship was on fire by me. Somebody keep dreaming off Pat cannon. Pat's on the Cuchulain. Pat's doing something else. Pat's not on this ship. Right.
There seems to be an awful lot of fascination with Pat's cannon. That's like got some serious issues here.
Blame Anne for spreading rumors. Apparently, restore is a minor action, John. So, I mean, I can take a minor action while continuing to. Character performs the minor repairs and adjustments needed to restore a system after disruption or minor damage. The shields are offline. The shields are depleted, but not offline.
Yes, but regenerate shields is control and engineering difficulty 1, unless the shields are 0, which makes it a difficulty 2, with assisted by the ship's structure and engineering.
Very good. Aha. Sensors and internal systems. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Robbie's about to try and repair the shields with help from Morgan.
No, Morgan's going to fix the shields. Robbie's flying.
All right. Okay. Morgan's going to fix the shields. Go, Morgan. Where's Morgan?
John said we could have Morgan in the back.
Right. So minor action to use the comm to call down to Morgan. So Morgan replies to the call and he says, "I'm on it." And things seem to be quite hectic down there in the back. So who wants to roll for Morgan?
Not me.
Nigs.
I can't roll anything today.
All right, I'll take it.
No.
Off you go, Frank.
So you have all my luck runs. What would his role be?
So because in the absence of Morgan, I'm going to just use the chief engineer stats from the supplied characters. And so to regenerate shields is control and engineering, and his control and engineering would be 13.
Assisted by structure and engineering.
Yep. Assisted by structure and engineering. All right. So control and engineering with a difficulty of 2. You have 1 momentum if you wish to add the dice.
What is his control and engineering? What is he, 12?
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, sure. Here, spend that momentum. So
Frank, you rolled the wrong numbers there, but so I'll get you.
I didn't roll anything yet.
It says
No,
you did.
I've rolled the Wave. That was his previous roll. I rolled the Waverider already.
Okay, so the Waverider gets nothing. So Frank, you need to roll 2 successes on 2 dice, or spend the momentum to get 3 dice.
Yeah, I'll take the momentum and roll the 3 dice.
Yeah, all 3 dice.
Rolling.
Yay!
Successes.
Successes.
Nice. Right. So Morgan, congratulations. Morgan manages to regenerate the shields. The shields are at power. The shields are at 2, so shields are at 50%. You have no more momentum, so you can't boost the shields any more than 2. So shields are at 50%. Andrew Brannigan says, Lord Helmets finds your lack of pack canning disturbing. Also, can't breathe in this thing. And Jerry's reminding me what FPS means, for Pete's sake. It's for Pat's sake, not Pete's sake, Pat's sake. Right, okay, so well done Morgan, via Frank, for regenerating the shields. Frank, you want to roll to see if you put out the fire again?
Yep.
Okay,
What is it for that now again?
Roll 2d6 for, what did I say? It was damage control, which is presence and engineering. Difficulty is 1.
Presence and engineering. Let's have a look. Okay.
Mamba spread.
Okay, rolling. 2 successes.
Hey!
Frank the momentum. Well done, Frank. Great.
Lovely.
Lovely rolling there by Frank. Excellent stuff. Shields are regenerated to 50%. Frank's also put out that console fire.
Finally.
So, Frank, you guys call down to Morgan. Morgan gets on the comms and he says, I'm on it. And he's, you see on your tactical console, Frank, in the corner of your eye, that the shields have come up to 50%. As you go over to another compartment, pull up, you pull open the hatch, take out fire suppressor, fire extinguisher. You spray the console and put it all out, and you also manage to reroute the gas that's going through the spray that's coming out over Antoinette's head. So that you lock that down as well. And you've started to filter the smoke and CO2 from the cockpit so that everyone's better able to work. Okay. So well done, Frank. Excellent rolling there. And Robbie, what have you got going on? Oh, Robbie's offline. So Antoinette, we'll just skip on to you. What have you got? What's your plan?
Well, we need to investigate why the chronotron readings aren't, like, they're not allowing us out the field. So
Yeah.
it's, I don't know what the best thing would be to scan for. Any ideas, guys? No?
Launch a probe if you wanted.
Can we see if this field is expanding or something, or is there some reason why it's you don't seem to be able to escape it in spite of the fact that they're traveling at some speed? So yeah, maybe a probe to see if there's.
Yeah, I think Robbie's right. I'll launch a probe from the.
Okay, you're launching a probe.
Probe. Yeah, because at least then that can take continuous readings then.
You know, we could actually launch a pack cannon and see if that would give us any.
By launching a probe, it lets you reduces the difficulty of a sensor sweep by 2.
Yeah. All right. So, with regards to the phenomena near the probe, by 2, means that hazards that result from proximity to the phenomena affect the probe instead of the vessel. Okay. So, so what you would do is you would launch the probe as. So Antoinette, you can launch the probe. That will be your task for this go. And you don't have to roll for that. We'll just say you successfully launched the probe. And it's you're launching a sensor probe, so it's pretty much calibrated for sensors. It's not like when Beta Shift had to launch a probe there a few episodes ago and had to reprogram it for communications. All right, so the guys, I'm loving that the guys are really chiming in for this episode. There's a lot of people joining us live. So would you not just get a bucket of sand, Frank? Okay, found another extinguisher. Chronoton radiation equals timey-wimey stuff. Catch up, says Brannigan. And
Problem is, because of the timey-wimey stuff, we can't catch up Brannigan.
We've already caught up
there
because of the
was,
time stuff. We know we're still doing it.
so Jerry Houlihan, a new voice, is chiming in, and he said there was a similar episode in Voyager. All right. So, okay, excellent stuff, everybody. So we've got, but Antoinette's gone offline. Oh God, the very person that needs to run the sensors and fire the probe has gone offline. However,
She has launched her probe.
that. She's launched her probe. Robbie, you've done your bit for this round, haven't you?
Oh, I just
And
continue
Frank-
to maneuver.
Right. So roll for your evasive maneuvers, Robbie. See how you do.
No, I'm not using evasive maneuvers because that uses power, and we've only got one left. I'm literally using the task maneuver.
Right.
The flight controller uses
well-
the ship's thrusters to adjust position and moves anywhere within medium range, as in keep fucking going away from the Cardassians.
The Cardassians. Okay, so the Cardassians get to fire at you, and they hit you. Oh, they do. They hit this time. From the distance. Oh wait, hang on. It is. Oh wait, hang on, let me go back and look at that. Difficulty that plus range. No, because Robbie's managing to keep at range. They don't have enough firepower to get you. So the Cardassians are literally just trying to play catch up here, and they're not doing very well. So they seem to. Brannigan says, "Oh, reverse it is." So, reverse it. So I think he's back up into the Cardassian ship. I vote for.
Me too,
Antoinette
Brannigan.
to get
Me too.
2-1s. All right, so the Cardassians failed to do anything that round. Well done, my Cardassians. Antoinette's back. She's back online. So the probe successfully launched. So next up is the next round for you guys. Shields are at 50%. You could possibly call down to Morgan to see if he can increase that again. And by continuing to repair the shields, or you could task him to do something else. So Frank, Antoinette, Frank, you've got your tactical console back up and running. Finally, you've reprogrammed your console over to at the back. So you're port aft, and Antoinette is starboard aft. Myself and Robbie are up front in the orientation that you see us. Okay, so right. So what are you guys going to do? Antoinette, do you want to continue with your analysis?
Yeah, I continue my analysis. You know, I love a good scan.
Yeah.
So you do the sensor sweep.
I'm doing a sensor sweep. Yeah.
Life force.
He's assisted by Sensors and Sciences.
Sensor sweep. Science. Reason and science assisted by the ship sensor.
Sensor sweeps. Reason and science assisted by the ship's sensors and science. Difficulty of 0. Interference, ambient conditions, or particularly unusual or unfamiliar phenomena should increase its difficulty. So we're going to say it's a difficulty of 1.
Well, the ship rolls a total of no successes.
The ship rolls a total of bupkis. But Antoinette
3
rolls a fantastic 3 successes and banks 2 momentum.
So that brings us up to
rolls
3
there,
momentum.
All right.
Well, help
So,
out.
Antoinette, you managed to see on the screen that there's so much chronoton energy around that the planet is shifting in and out of phase, which is partially the reason why you haven't been able to attain space yet. You guys are stuck in this chronoton field. Every time you seem to get out, something is pushing you right back in again. But in the corner of your eye on your console, you manage to see that there's a small narrow tachyon beam penetrating through the cloud layer and seems to be emanating from where you guys fought the Vedic and the Bajorans and where the Pah'Wraith erupted from. It seems to be some sort of a tachyon beam coming out of that. So so that's what you see on your console. Frank and Robbie, what are you guys up to?
I'm going to use my minor action to call our chief engineer, Morgan, and tell him to do some power management and get me some more power.
Okay, so you are, and what's that coming under? Power management.
The power management task, daring or control and engineering. So
Right,
I would say with Morgan being Morgan, it's probably control more than daring.
Well, for the chief engineer's character that I'm using for him for the moment, control and daring are the same score. So it is 9 and 4 is 13. So somebody want to roll for Morgan there?
I shall roll it, as I'm the one asking him to do it.
Right.
And it's difficulty of 2, so spend a momentum to make it a difficulty 3. Well, to give us 3 dice.
Hmm.
Oh,
Right.
Morgan.
So Morgan gets a success. It's a difficulty of 2. On the success, the ship gains 1 power plus 1 power per momentum spent. Unfortunately, that didn't work. So
can I roll to maybe assist Morgan in those repairs?
You can roll a
instead of-
d20 to assist.
So, but the ship is already assisted and did bugger all. Robbie.
No, the ship doesn't assist. The ship doesn't assist in power management.
Isn't it? Oh, right.
Nope.
Yeah. So, Frank, you could either assist him or you could attempt to do it yourself.
No, I'll go and assist him. So, what are we rolling for?
So you need to roll 1 die. You need to be successful on your 1 die.
Control and engineering, or daring and engineering, Frank. Depends on what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
What's your better score? Daring or control?
Let me see.
It'd be daring for you.
Control. All right, it should be lower, is it?
You want the higher target number with
Higher
the lower
target.
dice
So
roll.
control and engineering then.
Yeah, control and engineering.
And I'm rolling 1 dice, you said, was it?
Yep.
Yep.
Because you're assisting rather than doing it yourself.
All right, let's have a look.
Yay! Frank manages
That's
to
all we needed.
successfully help. So you're
Brings us up to 2 power.
The ship gains 1 power plus 1 per momentum spent. All right, so you can actually regenerate the entire engines if you want by spending your momentum.
Don't need to. All I needed was 1 power, because right now what I'm going to do is...
Are you sure you don't want, like, if you get any more damage, you might lose more power. So if you spend the momentum, at least you'll be on 3 power.
It's up to you guys.
Spend a momentum,
Probably
get
worth the
3
risk
power.
to use the momentum at the moment.
Okay, so no. So you're only on 2 power, yeah?
How many momentum do we have?
2 momentum at the moment.
No, you're 3.
We've
3.
2. I've spent 1 to get an extra dice getting on the roll. That's why I rolled 3 die.
Okay. So you have 2
But then I got that momentum back when I rolled that time, didn't I?
Nope. It's a difficulty 2 task, so we needed your...
Okay.
Yeah. So you have 2 momentum.
So we have 2 momentum at the moment.
Yes.
I'm gonna spend 1 to generate another power and bring us up to 3 power, but
Yeah.
Are we likely to get
Might
hit
as-
again before? Like, is it
That's what
worth
I'm saying,
the risk
like,
of
I mean-
using
Yes.
one momentum? Like, okay, I think we should use the
might as
momentum.
well.
Okay. Spending
Cool.
momentum. You have 1 momentum left. You now have 3 power in the ship. Power banks. Well done, Morgan and Frank, for working together. Excellent stuff. Antoinette, you've noticed this tachyon beam aiming through the cloud layer. And Robbie, what were you doing?
Oh, I'm straight away gonna spend that 1 power to give us a base of maneuvers.
Okay, so you spent base maneuvers.
That's
Okay.
what I wanted. That's why I needed Morgan to generate it.
Okay, great stuff. So then it's
Control and con.
It's my go.
Hang
Control and
on,
con,
I need to make my roll.
Okay, go ahead.
Antoinette or Frank, do you want to roll structure and con for the ship, which is Target of 9.
9.
Target of 9.
Do you want to do it, Frank? You're rolling.
No, go on ahead.
today.
No, you did really well the last one, so fire away.
Okie dokie. Oh,
Nope. No successes from Antoinette in that one.
Actually, no, Antoinette, I'll do it.
Well,
I
thankfully,
didn't mean
it's
to
only
press
difficulty. Thankfully, it is only difficulty 1, so
Oh,
okay.
1 success.
Wait, evasive maneuvers done. Great.
I shouldn't be allowed to roll dice today. It's
Yep. All right.
So
Okay.
that brings us back to 2 power and increases the difficulty of all attacks against us by 1, John.
Which means excellent stuff because you have increased the difficulty for me to hit you past what I can achieve. So well done. So well done, Robbie. So I can't even. So the Cardassians are continuously trying to fire past you, but they keep passing you. They keep passing you. They can't get anywhere near you. Excellent flying by Robbie. Okay, so that's.
I'm better at starships than I am at 4-wheeled vehicles.
It's pretty good flying here tonight, I can tell you. Right. Okay, so we're moving on, and so it's back to you guys. Back to your round again. Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
I think we should investigate the area around the tachyon beam. Maybe it'll be a better place to try and get out around that beam. So I will.
Could somebody be sending that beam through as a guide to us, maybe? It's probably Eddie.
It's probably
John said it's
Eddie.
where the Vedic was. We were fighting the Vedic, so maybe it's something you doing for the Pah'Wraith. Like, I don't know. But maybe it'll be a better way for us to get through the chronoton radiation to be able to get out of the field. So either maybe you could use the probe, I suppose, to scan the area. I don't know.
Do your sensor sweep,
Well,
and you
it's
can.
via the probe that you've managed to find this.
I'll do the sensor sweep again.
Well, hang on. If it's a case that we know that this thing is there, then is this behind John? Relative to us, is this behind us, in front of us, port, starboard? You know.
It's somebody's just saying there. Andrew's saying 3-dimensional driving, Robbie. No vertical doesn't count in ground vehicles.
Yes, it does. When it goes like this, it means it's bad.
So it's as you've been swooping around, Robbie, it's basically a big straight line from the caldera that we just erupted from, but because we've been zigging and zagging around the place, it keeps moving. It's not moving around us, but we're moving around it. But we're the ones that can't get through this cloud layer.
Can we get closer to it without getting closer to the Cardis?
Yes, because it seems to be going straight from the ground to the sky.
Cool. Antoinette, I'm going to get you closer to this thing. You do your science thing.
I will do my science thing.
All right.
You
so,
get me there.
Robbie,
And I'll do the science thing.
Science
now, Robbie, because you have a vector, you now have to you now
I believe
have
you want
an
me
actual
to plot a course.
Yes, I want you to plot a course. Yes, plot a course, which is reason and con, assisted by the ship's computer of computers and con, with a difficulty of 3.
You're not going to reduce that because she's giving me a direction to go?
No, they said it right there.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, spending momentum for additional dice.
Momentum. 0 momentum left.
We have 1 momentum.
No, it's all gone. You spent that for your for the Cardassians to get away from you. Yes. 0 momentum here on my desk.
We did not spend momentum, we spent power.
All right,
Evasive
fine.
maneuvers is power.
So spend your momentum.
Yeah.
You still need to
This is
get
gonna be
3
terrible.
successes on 3 dice.
Yeah, I know. Well, the ship can help me. I hope. No, it can't. Its stats are just as bad as mine.
What is Anne's? Why does Anne want to blow everything up? Anne's solution to everything is just make it go boom.
Because I trained Anne well.
I think Anne needs to go back to the academy and figure out Starfleet protocols.
Reasoning con is 9. Oh, this is not going to end well.
I think she studied from the class of Ivanova. Like, there's always
Yeah.
a boom. Maybe not one today, but there'll be a boom tomorrow.
1 success, and the ship is rolling computers and con. Yeah, we're not getting there, guys. Not unless it
Okay,
rolls.
so you get 2 successes.
Not unless the ship rolls a magical 1.
I'm not rolling for the ship.
Oh, the ship rolls a complication. God damn it.
Oh, the ship rolls a 20. Head straight for guys. Take a reading as you exit before the carry suss it out.
It's pretty much my plan, Jerry.
Anne says in reply to make things go boom. She says because it's fun. Okay, I think Anne's going to have a certain review with the admiral when the mission is over. Right. Okay, so you miss it, Robbie. You're excellent driving. You're concentrating so much with the Cardassians to keep them away. You need to you miss and go left and right. We got a new voice in there. Baman Nabodi says, "Boom, ong." Okay, I'm going to guess that's foreign language. And if you're here for the full fun and jollies, welcome along. Good to have you aboard. Right. No. So this time around, Robbie, you miss, and the ship rolls a 20, which is a complication. Right. So which means that you, instead of advancing through and out into space, you've dropped back closer to the Cardassians. They've managed, while you're maneuvering around, to get closer to the tachyon beam. You have lost your advance on the Cardassians. Okay, so what else are you guys doing? Frank, do you want to have? Is there anything you have to do?
Is it back to me? No, don't think so. Sitting here on tactical, I can't think of anything right now other than we're not still facing the Cardassians in a way that I can sort of take them out once and for all.
No, you'd have to flip over to shoot them.
Yeah, so no. Somebody needs my assistance, I can do that, but at the moment.
Are we close enough for me to scan the area yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you can always scan the area, Antoinette. You've got the probe out in front as well. You've got the whisker going on. I don't think you're going to get any better readings. You're not going to get like a better bearing on it. Like you're doing your job and keeping an eye on where it is. It's just the difficulty Robbie's having on locking onto that course.
Is there anything I could do for my station that would help Robbie? Robbie, is there anything that I could do from my station that would help you lock in your course a bit better?
I mean, you can assist, but that's basically just rolling 1 dice to help me. Let me have a look.
We all know how good I am at rolling dice today.
Nobody else can go.
Any point in launching a photon torpedo at the tachyon beam to see if we can break our way out? See if we can punch a hole through it,
It's a straight beam, Frank. So it's just a straight line.
It's coming from somewhere, though, right?
Yeah, it's coming from the ground. It's coming from the ground going up. It's not a barrier to you. It seems that the atmosphere itself is the barrier, the chronoton barrier, and the shifting phase of the planet is stopping you from getting out of the atmosphere. So that's so it's the chronotons that are in your way, but the tachyons seem to be moving freely.
John, would you
side argument going on. Side argument going on with beta here.
John, would you class Frank as the CO right now?
Yeah, he's CO. We're just pilots.
Cool. Frank, one of your tasks as commanding officer is to rally.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Where's the commanding
So
officer
you
one?
can inspire and coordinate the crew attempting a presence and command task with a difficulty of 0 to generate momentum.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that then.
Oh yeah. Here, don't forget, guys. You should all have your like officer sheets. Where is it? There. You should all have these officer sheets. I sent them all to you. So Frank, you have your commanding officer things. So you can. Yeah. So Frank, attempting presence and command with difficulty 0 to generate momentum. You can do that.
All right.
So roll your
2d20.
presence and command.
Presence and command. Let me just have a look.
Yeah.
You're a free momentum pinata, Frank.
You can forfeit
You
your
have to hit
goal just to rally everybody.
Presence and command. Okay.
This is where we find out that Frank, as the commanding officer character, has terrible presence and terrible command stats.
Start a sing-song, Frank.
Hang on, I'm just going back into Roll20 again.
Star trekking across the universe, always going forward because we can't reverse.
Rolling.
Oh, Missy Toast. She goes, I missed it. No, you're all right, Missy Toast. Welcome along. I don't know who you are, Missy Toast. No, we're halfway through the game. We're halfway through tonight's session, so you've still got a lot of game to go. Thanks for coming in. Huh?
I'm just saying hi, Shell. She's from the Q Forward.
Oh, is she? Oh, right. Okay. So welcome along from Q Forward. And start singing. I'm projecting. I don't care. Brannigan's jumping in with TARDIS maneuvers, Robbie. Take a random direction into space. That
Problem is, I can't get into space.
That's the problem. They can't get into space, Andrew. So...
stupid question. What if we...
Yeah.
Frank, stupid question for you. What if we put a couple of torpedoes into that thing?
Into what thing?
Did I not just say that 10 minutes ago?
It's the source of the thing on the ground.
Fire the send the torpedoes backwards. Put them on a.
No, well, I was talking about firing the torpedoes at the origin of the beam. That's what I meant.
I thought you meant
Okay.
Cardassians, Frank, and so did Jono. So that's where the confusion is.
No, I did say that first. Then he said no, and then I said, yeah, okay.
So
We've got microphoton torpedoes.
You do have microphoton torpedoes on board. And Antoinette, make a perception roll, please. So, which would be presence and security.
Sorry, presence and security.
Presence and security. So, anyway, Frank, you rolled to. You haven't rolled to rally yet? You have. You've got.
I did, yeah. One success.
So Frank's got a momentum for the team. Amazing stuff. Right. To Antoinette. I'll get to that in a second. Right, and just before that happens, you've dropped back into you've dropped back towards the Cardassians.
Pew pew.
Dice. And they pew pew only semi-successfully. Oh, what I mean. Right, I'll find that dice. Oh, there. I'll find that dice another time. And they miss. So they pew pew around you, Robbie, but still, because you're trying to get towards the tachyon beam, you are successfully managed to avoid them as well. So well done, the Cardassians, for doing fuck all there. And
Are those Cardassians wearing like Imperial Stormtrooper armor or something?
They must be. Turn around and reverse out. Torpedoes are good. It seems you must be in communications range with the Cuchulain at this stage for the amount of information Beta Shift are sending to you. Why can I see Robbie doing a combat parachute drop towards the beam emitter on the surface with his shoulder cannon?
Stop giving the GM my plans ahead of time, Zapp.
Don't be giving them such ideas. Right.
Maybe he borrowed Pat's cannon.
So everyone's calling for Pat. So guys, it's your go again. Antoinette, when you perceive on your screen that instead of destroying the tachyon beam, it might actually be a way out. So as Frank is calling to blow up or trying to destroy the tachyon beam or the location it's coming from, you figure out that maybe if you follow it, it seems that all the energy from the cave, all the Pah'Wraith, all the fire entities that you guys were fighting earlier on, it would seem that they followed this tachyon beam and have managed to escape the planet because of it.
That was what I thought. I'll be like, stop, Captain! Don't fire!
There you go. So Antoinette dives across the bridge and goes, Frank, no!
Like, no!
As the captain probably look over her shoulders backwards and go, what is going on back there? Okay, and do you want to try
Red
that
button,
tandem?
must press.
You
Red button, must press.
Robbie, you look over your left shoulder. I'll look over my right. You ready? 3, 2, 1. What are you guys doing? Okay. Yeah, Antoinette's got her hand on Frank's arm. Right. So Brannigan says, spiral wave disruptors spiral around you on the instant. It's true. They are using.
Thank you for disparaging my amazing piloting this evening.
He's been doing really good for avoiding the Cardassians. Not so much for getting back out into space. It's taken him nearly 2 hours, but for
nobody told me where to go.
Okay,
you've been flying around up here for 6 hours, and you didn't figure this out. So I mean,
so Antoinette's managed to figure out there's a way out. So you can try and plot that course again.
Cool. So
this time around,
it's
right. Okay. If you want to reduce the difficulty, unfortunately, it's 2 momentum, but or else you could spend the momentum and give me a threat.
Or do you still have your determination?
I do still have my determination.
Yeah. That's so head down, Robbie.
It's pretty much my plan, Anne.
Anne's is determined to destroy something. Anne's going.
We need to get back to the control.
Every time the Cardassians have managed to hit you, they've knocked out all shields and damaged the ship. So, momentum being spent.
Right. Spending a momentum and take 2 threat, John.
Take 2 threat. Thank you. Yes.
So that gives us 4 dice plus the ship's dice. If we can't do this with 5 dice on a difficulty 3.
All right. Tell me what you got. Difficulty 3. The ship is assisting you.
Reason and con. So hang on. Reason and con is 9. It's been a long road rolling these goddamn dice. Hey, 2 successes.
Okay.
And the ship is.
Need the ship. Need the ship. Need the ship.
Computers in con, which is 8, and 2 is 10.
Come on, ship.
So bring that down to 1.
Come on, ship. Come on, ship. You can do it, ship.
Yes!
Oh, yeah!
2 successes.
2 successes with the ship. Bank of momentum. Well done, ship. So you start petting the ship. Good girl. Good girl. Nice one. Nice one done. All right. So Robbie, you successfully managed to navigate onto the tachyon beam. Once you get onto the tachyon beam, you use it like a thread to break out into space. And you've finally figured out this is the way out. Okay. So as you get onto the tachyon beam, you see a clear way forward, and you engage the engines full throttle. You make a nod at me, and we punch some numbers in, and we make it out. And Anne is shouting, Brannigan's going, do or do not. Won't threaten. John. Oh, no. Anne goes, I want to break free. So finally, after, I don't know, after a couple of days maybe for the characters, but since March, so what's that, 10 months since you went down onto that planet, you've managed to... So after 10 months down, spending in our time, down on Felina 2. Alpha Shift on the Cuchulain Waverider have managed to break free of the planet and its shifting phases out into space. Okay. Oh, well done, guys. That was an effort and a half.
Is the Cuchulain in any way nearby at this stage?
The Cuchulain. So as we break out, as we break into orbit, and we break the cloud layer, you notice that currently the Cuchulain is what is it? Somebody's saying there. The Savida sign probably gave it away. What's the Savida sign?
That's Jerry. The Savita sign.
What's the Savida sign, Jerry? You're getting us that. That must be a Cardassian. The Savida sign.
No, but
I don't know.
All I'm doing is I'm saying a Vita sign to this planet.
Savita sign. Oh, Savita sign.
Meanwhile, back on the Cuchulain, we see the flight control officer saying, "I suppose we better go and rescue them." So as you break out into space and you finally see stars again for the first time in a few days, you see that the Cuchulain is doing its best to avoid phaser fire from two Cardassian Hideki class vessels. You've just left one in the atmosphere on Felina 2. However, there's still two more in the atmosphere in orbit, and they're firing upon the Cuchulain. As you break it out, you see the Cuchulain bank a maneuver, and you see another Waverider just below the saucer section attempt to dock into what you're hoping would be your docking bay. It misses the first time, and but as it comes around, you see the Cuchulain's dorsal section taking quite a beating from the spiral wave destructors of the Hideki class vessels, and then the other Waverider swoops in and docks with the Cuchulain and banks away. Also, just beyond the Cuchulain, you see a huge spatial anomaly. It's got so many colors. It's like floating gas.
It's like a pride flag on crack.
It is. It's floating in. It's got gas erupting from it, spiraling around. You see energy coming off the planet. Seems to be feeding this anomaly. It's got multiple layers to it. It's got many conflicting colors. There's blues, reds, which are combining to make a quite a purple. The blues and reds of this particular anomaly seem to be they're fighting for dominance. It's red for a moment, then it's blue for a moment, you see this in front of you, but you see that the Cuchulain is under fire. Jerry says it should have been Salida. Okay, Salida. The Salida sign probably gave it away. I don't know what the Salida sign is either. Anyone? No. And Anne's going, where the feck did that come from? Anne wasn't paying attention in the last episode again. Rainbow Bright with unicorns. And I don't know what she's doing. She's on board the Cuchulain, just arrived, and she's going, what the fuck is going on?
That was me, by the way. That's me.
Oh, Robbie. Oh, what the hell did you not do when we were on shore leave? And Anne's finally going, feck that, lads, go back in. It's all right, leave her, go back to the planet. Right, so that is what you see as you exit the planet. And is that you again, Robbie? Or no, it's Jerry. Jerry goes, exit. Computer, exit. Well, and Director Koenig goes, ceasefire. So that's what you guys see. So what do you want to do?
Well, we should hail the ship, I suppose.
Yeah.
Methinks.
Anne goes, yeah, that was fun. Let's do it again. Okay, so alrighty. So you guys attempt to hail the ship. You managed to get through. Comms are open. Anne is on the comms. No, Anne is not on the comms. Sorry, Anne is not on the comms because at this particular moment in time, I'm overlapping the end of the last episode with this episode right now. So
Anne is
Anne
currently disembarking her fake Waverider.
Yeah, the Equinox Waverider. So as you call the ship, you get the bridge with Stephen O'Neill in command of the Cuchulain at the moment, doing his best to stave off 2 Cardassian control vessels.
Well, if their targeting is anything like the one we just dealt with, he shouldn't be having too much problem.
Well, that's why they're still there, that they're all good there. So so you hail the Cuchulain, and everyone's in communications now. So Elizabeth Moore, welcome along to tonight's episode. Jerry chimes in on the intercoms. So Jerry goes, we stole the Nova, visited the Equinox, and borrowed its Waverider at deep space.
That was Andrew.
Zapp, why am I not surprised by a mission led by Anne?
So yeah, that's exactly what happens. During their time jumping, they jumped from the Cuchulain to the bridge of the Nova. They were on board the Nova when Commander Sisko, in command of Utopia Planitia Yards at the time, wandered on with Admiral Paris and had a little chat. And then eventually, after stealing the Nova for a flight around the Sol system, and then getting trapped, once they were out in the Sol system, suddenly they jumped from the Nova to the Equinox just as it was docking at Deep Space Nine. Before the Equinox got lost in the Badlands, they also got to listen in on a conversation between Captain Ransom and Ben Sisko as they spoke about the tying the Nova classes to deflector dishes together in a kind of sewing pattern to sew up spatial anomalies. And they also discovered, as they went on to deep space, when they docked onto Deep Space Nine, they requested to take the Equinox close to the wormhole, but were told that no, because the Equinox did not have its impulse engines cowled or covered to protect the wormhole entities, because that is something that was written into the Deep Space Nine show Bible that never appeared in the show, but all the books, especially the first 10 novels, speak about it. One of the reasons why ships had to dock at Deep Space Nine was to get their impulse engines overhauled so that they could enter the wormhole. You guys don't know that the Bajoran wormhole exists, so you, in character-wise, you've never seen it. However, for descriptive purposes, the anomaly that you're looking at, even though it's not the same kind of color vibrancy as the Bajoran wormhole from Deep Space Nine, it is very similar in shape, but it is a hell of a lot bigger. The gravitational eddies from it are enormous. So who's that? Somebody said, who said
Jerry.
Oh, Jerry's saying, please wait for the parking space to become available. Jerry's in charge, says Anne. Sometimes it's debatable, Anne. And he's getting arrested. Okay. Got 2 points in my space license for speeding inside small tubes, says Brannigan. That's true, he did. And Anne still has no points. And normal evening out for Beta Shift peeps. Well, so that's what happened to Beta Shift. So Beta Shift, because they couldn't take the Equinox close to the wormhole to view it after their little trip onto Deep Space Nine, and Jerry trying to pay for drinks and Quarks with no money, and Quark not being too happy. So Beta Shift are the reason we have the rules. So anyway, they requested permission to instead of taking the Nova, they took the Equinox. they took the Equinox Waverider to go and look closely at the wormhole. But once they got to the Bajoran wormhole, they were sucked inside. And then by the time they got back, they ended up here. So beta shift are the reason why rules are made, and so they can ignore them. So that's what's been going on, and excuse me. So you are flying across. You're seeing the Cuchulain. There's no docking bay for you. Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to relay to the ship? Any other any questions you want to ask or something? Because comms are open right now.
We should let them know about the other Cardassian ship anyway behind us.
Okay.
Just in case.
You let them know that there's a third Cardassian ship. Stephen from the bridge relays that they know about the third ship. They saw it going in, chasing Sharon. The Cuchulain, they request for the status of everybody else from the away team. Is everybody else okay?
Kinda.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay, so what do you guys tell them?
How's
Frank?
Pretty much that. They need to let Exospace let us get on board. We have injured people on board.
You have injured people on board. Okay, so your communications, you're back and forth. You relay how everybody is. You relay that there's injured parties on board. You relay that you've got 3 Cardassians on board your ship. And Anne's trying to ask us to extend shields maximum so you can close the shield and turn around and shoot at the rear. Anne's just desperate to shoot something. As you relay all your commands and you give a quick, swift report and try and figure out how to get back onto the Cuchulain, everybody on your ship sees a bright white flash, and suddenly you're standing on a grassy field.
Oh, no.
Okay. So you're now standing on a grassy field. You see what? Do
Nothing.
you say anything?
Keep going.
You're standing on a grassy field.
I do the Tashi-Yar maneuver and check my belt for my phaser and
You don't have one. You don't have one.
I didn't think so.
So
tricorder?
Huh?
Tricorder?
No tricorder. No equipment.
One of my 12 palm beacons.
No palm beacons. So you look up, you look around. You see a diamond-shaped sand arrangement on green grass. You see one side. You see a chain link fence with bleachers. And this diamond shape has 4 white pads at each corner of the diamond. And you see one man, one African American man standing at the home plate. He's got a baseball cap on, he's got a goatee, and he's chewing on a toothpick.
Are we all there? Are we all seeing the same thing?
You're all seeing the same thing.
Okay, well, we need to approach the man and
Yep.
ask him, what the hell? I was nearly on the ship.
You're nearly there. And then John decided, oh no. So as you approach, everybody make a reason and science. Everyone make a reason and science roll.
Ah.
2.
2 successes, Antoinette. Oh, good God,
Complication.
Robbie. on. Right, Frank, roll your 2 successes. So, bank 2 momentum there, guys. Well done. Robbie, you're looking around. You're so flustered at your lack of technical equipment. No tricorders, no phasers, no nothing on your belt. You notice absolutely nothing. However, Frank and Antoinette, you cleverly look around and realize that this is a 21st century. It's a 20th century Earth game from the United States and Canada called baseball. This is a baseball field you're on. And as you walk forward towards what is called the home plate, the man at the home plate turns around, and Frank, as the CEO, you notice the man is to you he would be a commander. And the last time you saw him, he had hair and clean shaven, but now underneath the hat, you see that he seems to be bald and with a goatee. He looks up at you, and on his shirt, he turns around and he's got Niners written across his chest. So as you approach up to him, he's chewing on his toothpick, and he greets you with a warm smile, and he goes, some players. All right, you guys arrive at the home plate, and Anne's chiming in here, although you can't hear her anymore. And so you arrive at the home plate. You stand in front of Frank, who you assume is Commander Cisco, and he goes, some players. And so what do you guys do?
Well, we ask him, Commander Cisco, where is this? A moment ago, we were on a Waverider about to aboard our ship, and we've just appeared here out of nowhere.
He holds up his hand. He holds up his toothpick, and he goes, Captain Cisco. And he has a big beaming smile on his face.
Not too long ago, it was Commander. Never mind. Where are we? How did we get here? Have you any information as to what this location is?
And he goes, I think you're here to play. Why else would you be on a baseball field except to play the great game of baseball? So you look around, and he looks at me, and he looks sideways directly at me, and he goes, Mr. East, I think you left something on the planet. And I look up and I go, what? Oh shit. Okay. And I disappear. I disappear from the field. I'm gone. Okay. Jesus. So that's me out. And asking, does the ball or the bat explode? Oh God. So Cisco looks at you and goes, Sharon's with you, 3 Cardassians are with you, Morgan's with you, and Lieutenant Christopher. They're all standing in a kind of a huddled group not far away from you guys, and they're kind of looking around, wondering what's going on as well. Frank, you've been asking him what's going on. He's been kind of elusive to your direct questions and just kind of points out to the field. I'll turn
around and say, look, you keep asking us to play baseball. Can we play Move Along Home instead?
He goes, Alan Moraine, count to 4.
Alan Moraine.
Then 3 more. Alan Moraine. You can see Alan Moraine. You'll come with me. So if you manage to do that dance, you're all out. And goes, you left your technology for the interfacing space on the planet, didn't you, John? Well, yes, I did, Anne. I did. I left we all left the interfacing generator behind. Nobody picked it up or destroyed it, so it's still out there.
We were a little bit busy at the time, in fairness.
Little bit busy, so
Little bit distracted.
We were lucky we remember Morgan.
a little bit distracted. So I'm off on that solo mission with a damaged Waverider flying back down to. Okay, so Jerry says offer them a game of hurling. So Cisco points out, and as he speaks to you, he points out the two dugouts behind which there are two wormhole entrances. One is blue, and one is red. And behind the home plate, is a bright white anomaly. So
hang on. There isn't a guy in the long dark leather coat with a couple of M16s standing behind that, is there? Did he take the red pill again? I mean, come on.
The red pill, or the blue pill? Yeah. So Jerry Lynch is going prime what? So he goes. He's standing there, and then suddenly you're joined by some more players. And one stands there and looks quizzically, going aggressive, adversarial. Another one, I bet, and Cisco turns around and he goes, a game for fun. And a slightly more sardonic person turns around and goes, it is linear. There must be change. And the first person to speak states, the balance must remain constant. And Cisco explains, Cisco turns around to these two other parties, and he explains hang on a second. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah. So basically, Cisco turns around to you and brings you up to date in regards to where you are and about the wormhole, the Bajoran wormhole. Okay. Anne's chiming in from outside the wormhole. Anne's going, here we go again. Prophets know nothing. Don't trust the red ones. And wormhole aliens. So Cisco brings you up to speed. So Frank, he pulls you aside, and he explains to you that you are all inside the anomaly. And what's going on is there's currently a battle between what the wormhole aliens, or the prophets, as the Bajoran people understand them to be, and the Pah'Wraith. And the Pah'Wraith, having now escaped from Felina 2, have entered what the Bajorans consider a celestial temple and are attempting to take it over. They haven't just yet, and they're attempting to fight each other. So Cisco, being the emissary, and also being linear corporeal, but also now being one of the wormhole aliens himself, has managed to convince them to use a game of baseball as a way to sort out their differences. Both parties are skeptical, so he's asking for your help as corporeal entities to help play the game. So basically, Cisco has brought you into the wormhole to help fight for who gets to keep the wormhole. All right. So we've got Anne chiming. Or we've got my mouse has just decided to go sleep. We got Facebook user. The prophet sounds like a cat. Has the cat seen a piece of string for the first time? And Anne's going, if one of them turns into Sharon, shoot her.
Seems like a viable option.
All right. Okay.
To be honest, if Anne turns up, I'll be shooting her too. So
Yeah. All right. So, guys, you are. So you're on the baseball field. I'm just looking at the private chats there. I see that. So you're on the baseball field, and Cisco's brought you up to date so with what you know about the wormhole, who's who in this particular situation. So he explains that the other team the Pah'Wraith were imprisoned on planet Felina 2. The prophets managed to stick them there, and it was the massively ionized atmosphere that was keeping them down there. But when it crashed crashed Cardassian vessel with Bajorans on board, it fell through onto the planet. The Bajorans were influenced by the Pah'Wraith, and they managed to generate a plan and figured out how to get out. So that's what they did, it seems there's a hint that these particular Pah'Wraith from Felina 2 could possibly have either this battle or another battle, because time is not relative here. This could be whoever wins this could dominate the wormhole, but also these could be the Pah'Wraith that allowed the Cardassians to take control of Bajor. And also there's the possibility of the anomaly expanding across the galaxy. Cisco has intrigued them to the concept of baseball as a way to settle the disagreement. Alpha Shift will now play against an opposing team to see who wins. Okay, so they're all already laying bets out there in the world.
I swear to God, if it's those damn logisticians.
So Anne's making plenty of comments here. I look forward to the game, lads. Home run. We need the Eternals to sort this one out. Haven't seen it yet. And my Latinum is on the Prophets, says Jerry. And Brannigan says, my money's on the shifty-looking umpire. All right. So, guys, as Cisco finishes telling you what's going on, your costumes change into baseball gear. You're now wearing tight baseball trousers and sports tops and baseball caps. You guys are up to bat. It seems that you guys get to go first.
I literally have no idea how this game works.
Okay, so who's going to go first?
I'll go first.
Everyone's costume. I can't play. COVID.
I do have COVID.
You're not socially distanced from me, Mr. Umpire.
All right, batter up. So who's gonna take the first plunge up to bat?
I suppose it might as well be the CO of the moment. So let's get going with this. So,
right.
Where do our stats work with a baseball game now? That's
your stats work with a baseball game. So you will use your fitness and security. All right. So you will use your fitness and security, and to successfully swing at the bat, you need at least one success. We'll raise.
All right.
So, pitcher fires 2 fastballs and then 1 curveball. Okay, so Frank, roll. So you're up to bat. Up on the pitcher's mound. You see a Bajoran stand up on the mound. He's wearing his costume is stripy red.
Shoot him, Frank. Shoot him.
So Cisco says, Okay. Cisco stands behind you with the catcher's mitt, and he brings himself down. He's going to be the catcher.
Alrighty.
So what you need to do is roll your fitness and security.
Rolling.
1 to 50.
One success.
One success. Frank, swing. Oh, one success. Swing and hit for Frank. Okay. So Frank, roll your fitness and security. Again.
Again? Okay.
Yeah, roll fitness and security again.
2 successes.
Oh, 2 successes. 3 successes. Look at that. 3 successes. And I can't beat that. So Frank, you get 3 successes. So Frank, you did so well there. You hit the ball far enough out, and you make it to third base. Well done. Okay, so you're stuck out. You're out on third base for the moment.
Can I ask, if I'm on third base, who's on first?
No one's on first.
Okay, then is what on second?
No, he's on first. No, he's on third. He's on second.
No, I don't. I think I don't know who's on third.
No, that's you. You don't know. You're on third.
So who's on first base? What's on second? And I don't know who's on third.
Yeah. What about the shortstop?
Shortstop.
Why?
Don't know. Why?
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
No, why? He's the shortstop. Yeah.
Okay. So, who's next?
It looks like the other two are too young to have ever heard Abbott Costello's who's on first.
Yeah. There's also Scrappy Squirrel from the Animaniacs, and there's Chris Tucker in Rush Hour did the same job. Right. So Anne's going. Yeah. Who's on second? And Brannigan's going. Good sketch that one. It is. Go look it up. Right. Abbott and Costello's great. Who's on's first sketch? So we are shortstop. There he goes, picking on Sharon again. All right. So Robbie, you're up next. So roll your fitness and security. See how.
Well, while you're rolling, I'm going to pop into the nebula and get a quick coffee.
Okay. Back around to you pretty soon.
That is a success.
Swing and a hit. Well done, Robbie. So roll again. See what you get.
Fitness and security again.
Yep. So basically, you swing for a hit. Now you swing to see how far you're going to go. 2 successes. You make it to second base. And you make it to second base. Okay, well done. So Antoinette, you're up.
1 success.
Antoinette, you get a success. So you managed to hit. Roll again. And 1. Okay, so 1 success. So bases are loaded. All right, so you guys, the 3 of you are on the home plate. So does somebody want to roll for Morgan?
That makes we've established I can't roll very well today, Robbie.
using the bog standard chief engineer stats, yeah, John.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. Oh God.
Aaron says you got to hear a home run.
No successes.
No successes. It's a strike. Strike 1. Okay. Let's go again, Robbie, for his next strike. Okay.
2 successes.
Well done, because it scales up. The third strike is 3 successes. All right, so 2 successes. So you guys get to, each of you get to roll. So Robbie, roll again for yourself. Sorry, we need Frank to roll to see if he clear third base to get home. Frank, come back from your coffee. Wrong time to go for a coffee.
He thought that was going to take much longer than it did.
Yeah, he thought we were going to be out here playing. Frank, come on. Where are you, Frank? Kettle snack. Why are you making coffee? Only got 30 minutes left. Trying to get through the game. Frank. Hello.
Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Frank.
Cuchulain to Frank. Frank. Cuchulain to Frank. So how's everybody today? As we sit and wait for Frank to come back to clear third base. It's very different here. There he is. Okay, Frank, quick, roll your fitness and security as quick as you can.
All righty.
See if you can make it off third base.
Oh, no.
Frank, no successes. No. So as Morgan swings out, he swings out left field. The shortstop catches it. He returns it to third base. Frank is out. Okay, Frank. So you're off the base. Robbie, see if you can get second.
I'm on second. I need to get to third.
Sorry. See if you can outmaneuver the team because they're on. It's 2 successes. Robbie manages to make it to third. Antoinette, see if you can make it to second.
1.
Antoinette makes it. You barely make. You make a slide into second. Okay, and everybody make somebody roll for Morgan there to see if he can make it to first base.
Yeah, 2 seconds. He is control and fitness and security is 10.
So Anne's giving some advice. She's going, steal the bases, guys. Steal the bases.
One success for Morgano.
Morgan manages to make it to first base. So we have the bases loaded with Frank out. No home runs yet. Okay, so we have Lieutenant Odo doesn't allow thievery. Stealing bases is within the rules. If they want to do that, they can attempt to steal bases. So, but they have to wait for a hit first. And right. So, who wants to roll for Laura Christopher? Antoinette, you want to roll for Laura Christopher?
Yeah. What's our target?
She just if she wants to make a hit, it's 1 success. But then we see how many successes she gets to see if she can get on.
I think she means what's her.
It is fitness and security. Yeah, fitness and security.
I don't know what her fitness and security is. I don't have her sheets.
You don't have your sheet.
I have my sheet.
Hers is sorry. Hers is 12.
12.
No, it's 8. 11. Sorry, it's 11. It's 11.
Make your mind up. 11.
No, I said her fitness is 8 and her security is 3.
Well, it's 11 now. We're doing
So
2.
11. 2 successes. Oh, she smashes it out of the ballpark. And so that's she didn't make a critical. So she manages to. She's got enough time for Robbie. You're on third base.
Yep.
See if you can run home. There we go. Good man, Robbie. All right, great, excellent background. Robbie makes it to home base. Nice work, Robbie. He doesn't even have to slide. He just jogs right into third base. That's one score for you guys. Right, Antoinette, roll for your fitness and security. 1 success for Antoinette. You make it from second to third successfully. Fantastic. Somebody roll for Morgan.
Yep, 2 6. It's rolling, I think.
All right.
One
And
success.
1 success for Robbie. He makes it. So Morgan makes it from first base to second. And Flora has entered the bases. Again, so Robbie, you made 1. You're on home plate. You made it in. And again, the bases are loaded. So we've got Flora, Morgan, and Antoinette. All the bases loaded. Crap game. I'm off to Quarks of the Brian Bashir. Oh, screw you, Jerry.
Jerry, I can't go to Quarks right now. I have to finish this.
So, all right. So, Robbie, you got 1 home run so far. Sharon makes it up to base. Somebody want to roll for Sharon? Frank, you roll for Sharon there quickly.
Yeah.
Anne says, "Bring cash, Jerry." Don't. Yeah. Bad
John,
time the
what's
last
his target
time,
number for Shaz?
Shaz, security officer, chief of security is 14.
Who's doing it? Am I doing it?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
14.
sorry, right, okay. 14.
Frank. Oh, Jesus. All right.
Only you, Frank.
Well done. Frank has just rolled a hit, a complication, and a 1. He's rolled a 20 and a 1, so he's gotten 2
For the
successes.
second time
Fantastic.
this game.
Yeah, for the second time this game. I don't know how. So beta shift, they're just going off to they're off to Quarks for some reason. They're going back in time again, or forward in time, or something. Right. So Frank, you roll a hit and a complication. So Frank, you successfully, or Sharon successfully manages to hit the ball over the pitcher's head, straight down center field. But it's even though she got such a hard hit, the catcher out in the middle of the field, center field runs, catches it, takes a step off the backboard, jumps up, catches the ball in one hand. The team's out. Right, the entire team's out. All right, so the next team are up. Who's going to volunteer to be pitcher? Who's going to volunteer to be pitcher?
Oh, sure.
Robbie's going to volunteer to be pitcher. Okay. So the first guy walks up to the bat. The first Pah'Wraith. A lot of the Pah'Wraith have the similar look as the Vulcans did when they played Cisco and take me out to the ball game. They all kind of raised eyebrows. Excuse me. It's not the rules of. There's a little side conversation if everybody wants to read up with beta shift going on there. They're doing their own thing on the other side. Right. So Robbie, you step up to the center plate. You're in the middle of you're on the pitching mound, and you see Cisco right in front of you, and you take the ball. You get your glove. You take a ball. You look at it. And let's see. Make a reason and science roll.
Oh, you couldn't have chose my 2 worst stats if you tried.
They're my best ones.
Nope.
All right, Robbie. So you have no idea. Robbie uses shiny bonds to blind the batters. Robbie, you look down at the ball. You look at the mitt, the ball, the catcher, the batter, and you only know the bog standard basics of throw the ball that way. You've no other ideas of how to make this better for yourself. So, Robbie, roll your fitness and roll your fitness and security.
Now, with my focus being ranged weapons of a wide variety, does this count as a ranged weapon?
You're going to use the baseball as a ranged weapon. All right, okay. I'll give it to you. You're throwing a rock. All right.
Still 2 successes anyway.
That's no ball. That's no baseball. That's a thermal detonator. All right. So, yes, sure. Fine, Robbie. So what does that give you?
Well, that's 2 successes, and if it's a focus, it just reduces the difficulty by 1 usually.
Radio. Okay. So roll what you got.
I did 2 successes.
Oh, you got 2 successes. So you got 3 in the 14, 2 successes, and it is strike 1. Okay. Go again.
One success.
Oh, this guy hits. He hits, and it's going out into the field. Antoinette. Let me see who it's going to. That is Frank. So Frank, roll your fitness. Roll your fitness and security.
Alrighty.
Yep. 2 successes. Frank, you catch the ball in one hand. Excellent stuff. That's it.
Excellent.
Yeah, the team's out. We're using rounders rules here, not baseball rules. Right.
Because none of
So
us know how
it's-
to play baseball. It's just rounders.
It's got a ball, hasn't it? Zap? All right. So that is the first. It's the first. That's the first and down. So it's you guys play through the game. So you play through the whole game, and with 1 run to Robbie at the first, and 0 runs to the opposition on the first. But by the time it gets to the top of to the bottom of the 9th, the opposition are still in. It's pretty even. They've managed to get 1 run on you guys in the whole game. Nobody really knows how they're playing except Cisco, so that's why it's even. It's all still to play for here at the Prophet Stadium. So stepping back up to plate, do you want to continue? It's the bottom of the 9th, so it is the Cuchulain's teams go. So there's some chatter going on here to the side. Time for a wild thing. Let's see. Okay, they're having an argument in the side.
That's a Charlie Sheen reference. What was the name of that movie?
Time for wild thing.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen was in it. I think Tom Berenger. What was the name of the movie? I'm sure whoever put that post up will tell us.
Okay, so does it go boom go? And still fascinated with spherical things. Leroy D going boom.
That's it.
Major League.
Who was that?
Major League. Well done. Who's that? Jerry, is it? No, Michael Nolan. Michael Nolan's chiming in there. That's Major League. So well done, Michael.
Good movie.
Man, it's a long time since I've seen Major League. Anyway, we're continuing on. Are you going to continue with Robbie as the pitcher, or are you going to swap out your pitchers? Bottom of the
I
8th.
can pitch. It was
Okay.
for. Was a reason.
Antoinette, Antoinette, you're going to sub out to pitch.
Yeah,
All
might
right.
as well.
Okay, so Antoinette steps up to the pitching plate. The Pah'Wraith team, we got a pitcher swap. So you call time. Cisco calls time, and you walk up, you swap over with Robbie, and now everyone's mentioning all the baseball games that they've ever seen, which is really besides the year that I played baseball for the London Advertisers League. This is what we're doing. Right, so, and then Anne's going, let the women run the show. So, Antoinette, you step up to the plate. First batter comes up. Hey, batter. So, you are going to throw the ball. So, you're going to roll your fitness and security.
Come on.
Fitness and security.
No.
Foul ball, roll again. Foul ball.
Foul ball. Okay. Come on, computer.
One success. So he hits it. He manages to hit it. Okay, so Robbie and Frank, roll your fitness. Let me see here. Robbie, roll your fitness and security.
2
Fitness
successes.
and security for Robbie. 2 successes. Robbie, you catch the ball. That guy is out. It's the bottom of the 9th. We're going to continue on. They're going to stay on plate. So, Antoinette, next batter comes up. Throw the ball.
1 success.
1 success. You managed to throw at the home plate. The batter, he slams that ball hard. All right. So, Frank, this time, roll for to catch the ball, fitness and security, and you got to beat 2 successes.
Alrighty.
You can spend a momentum, Frank.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
So Frank catches the ball. Well done, Frank. Nice one. That's the second batter out. There's nobody on plate just yet. All right. The third guy steps up. Antoinette, throw the ball. 1 success from Antoinette. 1 success from Antoinette. The batter throws. He hits the ball against your 1, so he manages to hit the ball, but it's a low ball. Roll to catch the ball, guys. One success. Roll to catch the ball. One success.
Who?
Robbie, you go this time.
2 successes.
2 successes. Robbie, you catch the ball. He's out. That's the 3rd batter away. Nice work, guys. All right, 4th batter comes up. All righty. So, Antoinette, throw that ball. Throw the ball. No successes. Foul ball. Foul ball. I'm going to call that one. To speed things along, I'm going to call that one. That guy gets the first base. All right. Next pitcher comes up. Our next batter comes up. Antoinette, you're pitching again. It's 3 and out, Brano, is it? Right, 3 and out. No, Brannigan says 3 and out. All right, we're doing 3 and out. We're doing rounders rolls here. So 3 and out. Brano said he's following my rules. Great stuff. Well done, guys. It's the top of the 9. You guys are stepping up to plate. All right, so who's going to go first? Who's batting first?
Sure. I'll go for it.
Frank's going first. So swing, batter.
Here we go.
1 success, Frank. You managed to. So roll to load the bases.
There again.
Roll to load
your
the bases.
fitness and security, Frank.
Okay.
1 success. Nope, you don't make it, Frank. You're caught and you're out just before you make it to base. Next up, Robbie, you're up to bat.
I'm going to spend a momentum for an extra die.
Extra die. Spending momentum or extra die. Robbie rolls.
Just
2
as well.
successes, Robbie. Nice hit. Oh, dear. You make it all the way to second base. All right. And just because of the roll that I just did, roll again. Roll again to see if you can pass by second base. One success. Well done. You make it to third base. Your bases are loaded and you're on, or your bases aren't loaded, but you're loaded onto third base. First and second are open. Antoinette, you step up to the plate with that. Roll for your bat.
2.
2 successes from Antoinette. Excellent stuff from Antoinette. Antoinette, you make it onto the first base. Roll again.
None.
0 successes. You make it to first base. That's as far as you go, Antoinette. You see the catcher on the second plate. The catcher on second base has caught you. Has caught the ball, and you don't have a chance to run ahead. All righty. So who's going to roll for Morgan?
Sure.
Right. Morgan steps up to the plate. Or Robbie's going to roll for him. All right. So roll for Morgan.
Security.
Yeah, pressure's on. Well, top of the 9th. Oh,
no,
damn. Morgan, strike. He's striked and he's out. All right, so Morgan sits down. Okay, so who's going to step up and fire for our fire? Who's going to roll for Shaz? Who's going to roll for Shaz? Can somebody get Robbie home?
What's our number?
14.
14. Okay. 2.
2 successes. Well done. Nice work. 2 successes. Oh, damn. I'm not using that dice anymore. All right. Roll 2 successes. Okay, Antoinette, before we roll for Shaz to leave the plate, roll for yourself to see if you can get from first to second.
No.
Okay. Oh, damn, Antoinette. Sharon has hit the ball. It's being caught. You're out. You're off the pitch. Rolling for... so somebody else roll for Shaz to see how far she gets.
I can roll further. 1.
Shaz makes it to second base, and because they were concentrating on you, Antoinette, and Robbie, you're going to roll together to see if you can get home. 1 success. No, Robbie, you don't make it. You're stuck between the bases. So you can either, I'll give you the attempt now to see if you can make it home, or do you want to try and run back to third to be safe?
Back to third.
You're on third. Okay, so Robbie's staying on third. Successfully stays on third. With a 1, so 2 successes. Blank of momentum. All right, so okay, so we're down to Lieutenant Christopher. She's on back. Brannigan's going. It's pickle move. Pickle move. All right, who's rolling for Christopher? Her stats is 11.
It was 11.
All right.
Let's use 11 earlier on.
All right. 11, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, 2 successes. Well done for Frank. All right, so Lieutenant Christopher, she managed to smash that ball, but unfortunately, it's caught. So she is out. All right, so the bases are loaded. Just as you are stuck on base, you don't know what to do. The Blues, you guys are stuck on base. Your players are out. But as Cisco calls time, so Jerry's going, use a bunt, do the ROM maneuver. All right, so Cisco calls time. Someone new has entered the field as we are about to transition into the into the bottom of the 9th. We're still in the top of the 9th. You guys, Cisco stands up and he goes, just in time. And you all look towards the entrance of the dugout for your team. And you hear a gruff voice question, shout out a question. Who's saying not me? No, it's definitely not you, Jerry. So you hear a gruff voice with the question, Captain, and says, it's a ringer for some reason. Captain, and you look over, everyone make a presence and security. Yeah, make presence and security. Frank, make an insight and security if it's better. Antoinette, you don't recognize this person at all. Have
2 successes.
They are. Robbie, you got 2 successes. Good stuff. Perfect for you. And Frank and momentum, Robbie, by the way. Frank, did you roll?
Insight and security, you said, wasn't it?
Yep. Insight and security.
Yeah. Hang on. Let's see.
1 and a 9. 3 successes, Frank. Nice work. So, Frank, you instantly in your command chain see this person. You're quite confused as to the uniform that they're wearing. They're wearing a grey topped uniform, but with a red collar underneath. You see the lieutenant commander pips on their collar of this particular uniform, and you see a 6'2" tall Klingon with long braided hair behind him. Instantly, you recognize it as Mr. Worf. But to your mind, Worf has short hair and a bob, should be wearing a gold 2260s uniform, and it would be serving on the USS Enterprise right now. So why is he referring to Cisco as captain? So Worf walks towards you, towards the team, and he goes, Captain Cisco turns around and goes, good to see you, Mr. Worf. If you wouldn't mind taking the bat, these people need some help to get home. So Worf steps up to the bat. All right. So who wants to roll for Mr. Worf and his bat?
Not me. I can't be trusted to roll for people.
Sure. What's his target number?
So the stats for Worf will be 15.
Cool.
15
Fitness
for
and security, yeah?
Fitness and security for Worf.
1 success.
One success. Worf swings. He swings. He hits. This is to get Robbie home. All right. Roll again to see where you get how he gets on.
2 success. One success.
Hang on, it's a 5 on my screen. Otherwise, reading it, I'm going to read that as 2 successes.
Cool.
He swings hard. All right, and I'm going to give a bonus roll there, Robbie, for Mr. Worf.
So just roll an extra d20.
Yeah, extra d20.
Make that another success.
Another success. So, since a hero character has entered the field, Robbie, you managed to make it all the way home. You score a point. And no one else is on the bases. But Worf manages to strike it and strike hard, and he smashes a home run. And he runs the bases. And we have some cheers from the crowd. Worf's back left kills all projectiles thrown at him. So as Worf hits the ball and you see the ball soaring overhead, you guys appear back on the Waverider. You guys don't appear back on the Waverider. You guys appear back on the bridge, but it's not the bridge of the Cuchulain. You guys appear on the bridge of the Defiant. You see Commander Worf sitting in the captain's chair, and you see many different Starfleet officers in uniforms very different to yours. You guys are all standing around looking at each other very quizzically as you arrive on the Defiant, and on the main view screen you see that the Defiant has arrived in normal space. You take a gander at all the LCAR systems around. Some of them have been updated. They're not quite the way you would normally see them, but you can read them just fine. And you see that the Defiant seems to have just transferred itself, or just traveled through the spatial anomaly and has entered normal space. All right, and that is where we shall leave it tonight.
Oh, thank you, John.
Another mystery.
Normal, was it normal expression from the Alpha team? Confusing. Well done, everybody. That was a great game. Managed to get through the story that I wanted to get through. Managed to play the game that I wanted to play. Introduce who I wanted to introduce. So I'm all happy in that front. I hope that was a bit more fun. And goes dun dun dun. Cue the EastEnders music. So for the next episode, we are at the particular point now where, as I've been saying for many, many weeks, that I would. There you go. Robbie's already on the bridge, and he's already taken the station as well. He's like, yeah, I'm not standing around. Give me a station. Robbie on the bridge. Robbie at tactical. So well done, everybody. Robbie, if you need to run off, thank you very much for joining us this evening from across the pond. I appreciate
Good night, all.
Take it easy, man.
Take it easy, Robbie. So, guys, well done. I hope you enjoyed that game. So for the next one, my objective would be to get both Alpha Shift and Beta Shift together for at least a 7, if not an 8-person game for the next one. So, Beta Shift beams over and steals the Defiant for a home run. Jerry's going, steal the Defiant, guys. And Anne's going, that's a first John. What? But I finished with all the story points that I wanted. No. So my goal since a lot of our live viewers at the moment are actually Beta Shift. Beta Shift, I would like that we get all together and we play one big game. So the big game is possible because it's the same size as what Matt Mercer does on Critical Role. So he tends to have 7 or 8 people. It's not an easy job to run 2 shifts, but that would be my goal so that we can actually finish this game. So we'll have a season crossover. Yeah. A reunion, as it were. Yeah. So this will be kind of the the end of season two-parter. I don't know. I doubt we'll. I hope it won't take 2 parts. We might do an extended session, find a good day for it, because we'll have so many people to play. It'll be tough to get through. But that would be my hope for the next game, is to have everyone all together in one game. Reunification 2-parter, says Anne. So that would be the goal. So, and on the graphics, we'll have Alpha Shift over here and Beta Shift all the way over here. And there's Captain Cisco. Look at him. So that is the goal for the future, and hopefully we'll get to do that. And then Beta Shift have the Cuchulain, and Alpha Shift are on board the Defiance, obviously, and under the command of Captain Worf, because he's in command, but Commander Worf. And then me, unfortunately, I've just had to, my character has just had to dive right back down onto the planet because, oops, we left something behind, which seems to be causing some massive problems. And possibly we'll have to think about something else as to regards to what we can use on board the actual ship, since we have 280 odd crew members and nowhere to put them. So, but methinks that Starfleet will disband the interphasic generator as too dangerous for use. Anne says she'll bring a fire extinguisher and the marshmallows for Frank. That's good, and we're just going to keep you away from all the because on the next one someone else will be at the tactical station. Was it Brandon I was going to suggest Anne crashes the Waverider into the Cardi ship. So yes, so I have the Cuchulain Waverider. The Cuchulain has the Equinox Waverider, and Alpha Shift are now the crew on board the Defiance. So I think that's going to be a pretty interesting game. I think it's pretty fun. There's 2 Cardassian ships so far, and a massive spatial anomaly to deal with. So and Jerry's going, let's blow up something next time. And Anne Grace is like, emergency beam out, please. You can't, and we discussed this the last time. Shields are up. Can't beam out through the shields. Any comments, guys? Any comments or queries?
No, that was fun. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, excellent game. Yeah, looking forward to the now to the double episode, double team madness and chaos of the next game. Yeah.
So Brandon goes, we have 3 ships and an anomaly to choose from.
I think from me setting everything on fire and Anne blowing everything up, it should be quite
explosive. It could be, I think it could be quite an amount of fireworks, you know. Antoinette, did you say you actually have COVID?
Just over it, yeah.
Yeah, you're all right.
Today.
Any lingering effects? I hope. How's the family?
Just
Everyone's
still.
okay?
We all had it in the house. My Barry got it and then gave it to me, and then my dad got it. So
great, and the mother-in-law, she's all right as well.
Yeah, I wasn't there for a couple of days beforehand, so I obviously isolated from her. I got a carer to look after. So. Yeah.
Okay, so at least everybody's safe and you're all good. So mind yourself. Okay, so oh, you were back at work today. Oh God, out in the airport.
Yeah.
Right. So guiding the Waverider in. No, I know you do baggage handling. Right. So guys. So guys. Everybody out there, thank you very much, PJ. I love that you tune into us every time, PJ. Thanks very much. The suspense of it all, well played. Thank you so much for your comments. And the great thing is for our YouTube viewers, I know Alan Whelan's out there, and anybody who's catching up, we do have about a regular of about 40 views on our YouTube page. Which I'm quite happy about, which is brilliant. So everyone out there, thanks very much for tuning in. If you're tuning in live, thanks for sticking with us. If you're watching the end of it, this is roughly where you would click off and go, I'm not listening to any more ramble. We will see you. Look out on our Facebook page and look out for the announcements on the YouTube page for the next episode, because everyone has a life, and it's very difficult to schedule 8 people or 7 or 8 people to all come together. So hopefully we might get it going. But keep an eye out, and the announcement will be on our Facebook page. Last comment from Andrew is, can I launch my Star Trek Online Tribble Borg at the Cardassians? All right, guys. So we will leave it there tonight, and I will say live long and prosper. Good night. Take care, guys.
Peace and long life.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.